I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd.
Shut up, Meg.
Give me a hell yeah!
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this.
Lights we go, pipes are lit and spirits flow. Friday night the stage is set, pop culture now place your bet. Jokes will fly and laughter's loud, trivia stumps the wittiest crowd. Rating all the hits and flops, every punchline never stops.
All right, Cincinnati, it is time for this town to get down.
He's so esoteric he hasn't coming out of his pipe. The Tin Man himself, the bringer of loud gas, puff, puff, pass me some more of that bag ass. Martin on the Literate Friday Show. Yeah. How are you? Yes. Welcome aboard, all. We have a great show for you tonight. We're going to bring you some daily knowledge, hit you with some tormenting trivia, lambast you with laughter, and press rewind on your nostalgic behinds, and bring your humanity to tears. We might even throw in a little AI for fun. But without further ado, in second chair, the CEO and producer of the Literate Friday Show. This is 1D that is too big for any scale. Derek, welcome aboard, sir.
Back in effect.
Back. You are hot.
Check
over
yourself
there.
before you wreck yourself.
Wreck hard.
Yep.
For sure. In third chair, the best looking man this side of the Chattahoochee, the stone cold man of North Georgia, the AI lyrical sage, the man with more faces than Harry Crumb. You know him, you love him, you can't get enough of him. Durwood, my man.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Back again.
Durwood's back. Has no friends.
No, not true. Everybody here.
We got.
Listen, I stared at that camera for 20 minutes.
Nobody said a thing.
Nobody said a freaking thing.
Nobody said a damn word.
Nothing.
Go back to that screen.
Are we doing three-way? You gonna shift us around a little bit?
Who moved?
He's good.
No.
There, perfect. Right in the right spot.
You want to move?
Yep. Yeah, we'll try to see the game.
Here.
You sons of bitches.
there was no warm up at all. That's how they. But that's how they do it.
Blues here.
Oh, that's of course it is.
Don't even give us an
course it
opportunity
is.
to stretch first.
So, just flexing a little bit. I am
right in the
give me
cheeks.
up there, D. I'm smoking a cane straight Ligero. Ligero. I don't know what the hell that means. It's a habanero Nicaragua.
What's your favorite pipe shape?
I love it. My favorite pipe shape, it would be the Phil Rivera sitter, the cherry wood. That one right there. I like sitters. I've always liked sitters. I like sitters with Petersons. It's just very utilitarian in my mind. Like, it's a very utilitarian style type of pipe. Like, you can be anywhere and you don't need any kind of, like pipe stand or anything like that. So, I mean, that's the nice thing about it.
Right.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
It's a very fluid pipe.
It's fluid.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going with that.
Nope.
So,
Started off strong.
I have a strict policy of not thinking before I say things,
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
That's the only way to do it.
I'm a Ricky Bobby type person myself.
but I always strategically leave the conversation when it's on you so that you feel awkward, not me.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I am here for you for that, sir.
The 316 shape from 7. Give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
316. I love a 316 shape.
I mean, I'm good with that. I don't have any problems with it. Let's see. We will get to the shot right now. What we are shooting tonight, pinkies up is how we're doing this one, but it's a pinkies up style. It is it is.
I did all sound effect. I don't have that one on the
It is
board.
a red wine. I guess it's a red wine old fashioned.
Yep. As dumb as it sounds, it is delicious.
It's
and
so,
refreshing.
So good.
I could probably drink a liter of it.
I could probably eat it
Like
too
a
if it was
liter
a
of
candy.
cola.
Could you imagine if that was a candy?
You could drink a liter.
Candy.
Say it in German.
Du kannst einen Liter trinken.
Ooh.
Say it again.
Liter
Du
drinken.
kannst einen Liter trinken.
What was that first part?
You can. Du kannst.
Ooh. You're gonna get banned.
Du hast.
Demonetized.
Well,
Demonetized. All that fat change you're making.
yeah, it's massive.
I hit my bank account and I bought a Werther's original.
I'll let the wife pour us some shots then, since I guess we're just shooting this.
I'm just gonna drink mine out of this. Let's do a big gulp.
All right, I'll finish mine. Well, let's see.
Okay, let's do that.
My vision gets worse, and I can't see all this small print. Okay, there we go.
Time for your eye doctor.
There we go.
Bit of misery, dilly dilly.
Dilly Dillers.
Phyllis Dillard.
Phyllis Dillard. That was
And
good.
if you don't think that there's not a substantial amount of alcohol in those, you would be wrong. Because it's just
This Kool-Aid?
this massive Kool-Aid.
Mine's Kool-Aid.
I need to put
Mine's
that.
black cherry Kool-Aid.
I need to put that as a soundbite. Just yeah.
I feel like we have that one, don't we? Do we not have? Oh yeah.
We don't have
Oh man, that's a
There's
missed
several
opportunity.
things we don't.
You write them down, they never get added.
It's because every week I come in and throw the paperwork away. I throw the paperwork
It's kinda like
away.
how I did
and
schoolwork. I'm like, I don't need
it's
this
all
bull
messed up.
crap.
All right, let's see who we have in the chats
Who we
tonight. We got Piper Todd, who had a stroke. Glad to see you on the right side
Glad
of the
you're
grass.
feeling better?
Matthew
Good
picking
recovery.
and piping. WK Piper Cincinnati. Welcome on board. Pirate Frog 333. Dingus McSwine. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Mike from Briar Blues. Good to see you. Smoke Kentucky Piper. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Did I miss anybody? A white rabbit with big teeth. I don't even know where we're going. The original old fashioned is my favorite drink of all time.
That was the plan to have that.
That
And
was,
then we
but
ended up with this other. But it's great. That's
I was
better.
like,
Well, we made
where
a lot
were you
of-
going?
We called a lot of audibles today.
we did.
yes.
We were going to have a fire.
The idea was to get together for guys' night and just grill some steaks, have some old fashions by the fire, and then it was derailed almost immediately
Yeah.
because only one of us brought steaks.
Nobody told me to bring a steak.
One of us got hamburgers. One of us didn't bring anything.
Which a hamburger steak is a legit steak.
I make a good hamburger steak.
Yeah, but when you put it between a bun, it's a hamburger.
It's just hamburger steak burger.
How dare you? That's
Not
a
to
good
mention-
hamburger.
Steak burger.
Cocktail shrimp, no
You did.
fire,
Right.
and wine old fashions.
Did cook it using fire.
I feel like
Which was
we
good.
we got 2/3 of the way there. We didn't have the fire pit, but we had a fire with the grill. We didn't have steak, but we had beef. And now I'm having a cigar.
Well, honestly,
We,
what it is, everybody ate hamburgers and y'all had a good time, and I'm over here eating steak. So it made me look like the weirdo.
Wow, your steaks look good. Nothing
I
wrong with
look
that.
like the bougie jerk coming here
Eat what you want to eat.
grilling a steak while everybody's eating hamburgers. So thanks.
You know,
You ate it on a paper
Thanks for
plate.
making me a
You ate
guest
it on
in
a
your
paper
house.
plate, so it's
I
not
didn't
that
hear
bougie.
you complain while you were eating it.
It was good steak. it
What cut was it?
was just a strip.
Ribeye.
Yeah.
Gotta get ribeye.
I love all cuts of steak.
I do too.
All of them. They all have a purpose.
give
Just
you that.
today, I felt like a strip.
Just kill that grass-fed animal and let me chew on it.
Except for filet. I'll skip the filet.
I don't like filet.
I'm not a huge fan.
I am not
Negative.
a filet.
Sorry.
Give me the
Not on board with
fattiest.
that.
Give me the fattiest ribeye you have.
Please.
I'll
Give me
take a filet any day.
here's the thing. I will take a cut of prime rib over filet any day.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh,
prime rib
yeah.
is that's the best.
That's the goat.
Well, horseradish, little au jus.
Yep.
Love it.
So when I cook steak at home, I'll usually get a big ribeye and just split it for me and the wife.
Yeah.
Because it's plenty.
Yeah, it's
with
ton.
all the sides and everything. But I'll give her the lean half.
Yes.
And I'll take
All the gristle.
all the fat.
Yes.
And I'll when I cook in the cast iron, I'll make sure it's good rendered down. Holy shit. It's so good.
I do that with a slice of prime rib. Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
damn
I
right.
will,
Well, prime rib fat is different.
it's so good.
don't
Prime
know.
rib fat is butter. It's
It
like
is.
salmon.
It
is.
It's like salmon
It's
fat.
But
so good.
I like the crispy, rendered down, ribeye fat on the edge. Oh, God.
See, I had a cousin like that, Mark. My cousin Mark. Love you, brother. Miss you.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, he used to do that. Like everybody would cut their steaks and do all this stuff. We'd put all the fat on one plate. And he was the skinniest kid at the table, but he would just
chow the fat
just
down.
Oh,
tear
yeah.
the fat up. I understand that's where the flavor is, but so I like fat. I don't like gristle. I don't like
the gristle. Yeah,
crunchy, hard fat.
Yeah.
That's got to go.
but I feel like if you cook it enough, it'll break it down.
some of it. Some of it
Steaks
does.
I buy, I don't get a lot of gristle.
But
But I know what
prime-
you're talking about. Yeah, that stuff where you just
But
Yeah.
prime
pull it
rib though, mercy.
That's
Like,
the only one, quite honestly, that I will eat from start, like every piece of it.
it's so good.
I feel like I want to
Especially
get
when
the
you get to the outer edge where it is that hard, like
Yep.
crusted
Yep.
fat. That's one of my favorite parts of it.
That's
love
why
it
I
so much.
smoke it.
Yeah.
That's why I do the smoked prime rib, because it's the one time I will enjoy the end piece.
Oh. All right. So there you go. When we do
On the prime
the
rib.
guy camping trip in a few weeks,
But next time you make a prime
I was
rib,
going to do a
There it is.
brisket for the.
keep that brisket. Let's go. Let's go
All
do
right.
some prime rib.
All right, I'll do the prime rib.
next time you cook a prime rib though, cut me off big piece of that fat. I'm just gonna fry it up like bacon.
I'll give you the whole chunk of that end fat,
Oh yeah, and I'll just
but
yeah.
I'll smoke it first.
Yeah, smoke it, then I'll fry it
then-
in some butter.
Yep. So
Oh,
then when
yeah.
you cut it up and fry it,
I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack just talking about it. It sounds so good. I'm like
feel-
semi-erect and I have a heart attack.
I feel like this is like. Well, I mean that's why they came up with the blue chew.
Yeah.
You've been watching too much YouTube.
What is it when you get the blue rare?
Yes,
blue rare chew.
rare.
That's
the
what
blue
it
rare
is.
chew.
Blue Rare Chew.
But
That's when you go to Longhorns and have a
it's
boner.
like that's like the bougie man's fatback.
Yeah.
You know,
don't know
babe,
what-
you are
Yeah,
slacking
let me-
over
let
there.
me
Where's
cup
the,
off here.
Where's the
Oh,
pores?
sorry.
No, you're good.
You messed up making this fancy old fashioned.
But that's like bougie
Did a
fatback.
good job. That's good.
Now my dad loved fatback, and I'm like, that is the saltiest.
I
junk.
love-
My
it.
parents did fat back too.
I like
growing up.
I can't. That's
Yeah.
so
Strychnine?
Yes.
Yeah, frying that junk up.
First off, it becomes hard.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's
part
like-
of it does. The inside part becomes like that really nice, like chewy,
I'll take some.
crispy fat, you know.
Yeah.
But then you get to the outside edge that you break off, and you just got to gnaw on it for
Oh my
45
gosh.
minutes until it breaks down.
Like I don't get it. Like I get doing it with like beans. Thank you, babe. Is it?
Do a refill.
We'll do a refill. It's this is magic. I'm enjoying this.
So good.
It,
The good
it's
thing with this is
definitely witchcraft.
You could probably use the crappy whiskey
Which whiskey did you
and
use?
get by with it.
Buffalo Trace.
Oh yeah. So there we go. That's the drink for tonight.
That's not the crappy whiskey, but you could.
It's definitely not the crappy
It
whiskey.
would.
Well, I'm just saying, if we do a prime rib, you smoke a prime rib, that's an easy way to make sure that all the guys show up to that camp trip.
Oh yeah.
And if they don't, they're communists.
I'll bring the horseradish.
I mean, I like you had it when I smoked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Like that's it's a very different way of making it for sure. But I mean, it's still kind of almost oven like in the way I did it. But golly, like just the crust on the outside and the smoke, like because it actually got some good smoke penetration and everything.
Yeah.
That's
It was good.
yeah.
I've never had prime rib that was smoked, and I was like you should be able to do this.
Yeah. No, it was good.
I was like, plus I didn't want to heat up my house.
Took it home. You gave us a good bit of it. We took it home, ate on it for about a week. Had a
So
couple
good.
pieces left. Like it got to that point. You know you did it right when you get tired of it. That's
Yeah.
like that's how you know you did it
When you've
right.
eaten it 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
I started putting it in stuff. Like I made myself some ramen noodles
Yeah.
And I cut it up, put it in ramen. It was like made it a little
good idea.
smoky. I did it in an egg with omelet. I made like some omelet out of it. I did all kinds of weird stuff with it, just because, like you said, like
Do you know
there
who
is
I
a
am?
point.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
a big
there's-
deal. People know
There's
me.
There's a spot when you've had too much beef.
Smells of rich
When you get the
mahogany.
night, you get the meat sweats.
Yeah. When you look at it and you feel your heart clogging, you know you've had too much. You need to back off a little bit.
That would be Derek when I give him a whole strip of that smoked fat.
Yeah.
It's like, where's Derek? He died.
Brittany's gonna look at you like you lost your mind.
No,
Ew.
yeah, she is. She already does.
I know. I look at Martin like that too when he eats the fat. And I was like, gross.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. A lot of talk right now about Todd, man. I'm glad you're all right, Todd.
I am glad you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that the soundbite says I'm getting sick of guys named Todd.
Oh, we like Todd.
And it's
But we
true.
love
I'm
Todd.
so sick of Todd's.
Guys named Todd.
But I'm not sick of this Todd.
Not sick of the Todd.
Yeah, we need the Todd to stick around.
Right.
To get, and again, goes back to what we just said. You know, it's a good thing when you've had too much of it. So we
That's how
need
it
to
goes.
get sick of Todd.
Gotta have too much of the big T.
Yeah,
Too much.
we need to get to the point that we are sick of you, Todd. So yeah, take care, man.
Big T, O, and little 2 D's. Cheers.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers, Todd.
All right.
I don't know what just happened.
Whose damn birthday is it?
I'm sorry. Yes, right. Let's get to the show.
What show? What show?
What show? And we're done.
Daniel Leslie, you're on the wrong thing. Thought leg of lamb, and let's see, Martin. I thought, what is your thoughts? Leg of lamb, and would you oven it? I would smoke it. That's what I would do. A leg of lamb, I'd smoke it.
Nah.
Yeah,
Pan fry it a little bit and then put it in the oven.
I would smoke
Let it
the leg
finish?
of lamb, and then I would do a mint cherry chutney.
You do that. You do that.
You
for,
don't even.
You do that
shut
for
up.
rack of lamb.
You don't know what chutney.
Leg of lamb is more
Don't-
fatty, isn't it?
don't-
Might need a
It's not terribly fatty, but I mean, like, you get a big old leg of lamb.
leg of lamb will not fit in your pipe, Martin. Thank you, Mike.
First off, don't
is
pretend
possible.
that you're cultured by using the word chutney. All right.
Chutney, I hardly knew her.
I mean,
Call it jelly. Like, all right. Don't pretend.
No, you're some
You be you.
damn European.
get mom to make some cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You just won't call it chutney.
You mean open the can and drop it in the plate
Oh,
without slicing it
that's not
up?
her
I'll throw a
cranberry.
little mint in there.
Mother, would you please make some chutney?
Mama, mommy,
That's the cranberry sauce I like.
mommy.
Oh, the can one?
Yeah,
That's
if
the
it
one I
doesn't
eat.
have can ridges, I don't want it.
My grandmother.
That's the one my dad likes.
My
too.
grandmother would make this fancy like cranberry relish stuff, like fresh. And then she also had the can. The can was gone. Nobody touched the fancy.
Yeah.
I guess relish would be our version of the word chutney. Relish.
Chow
Would be-
chow.
Or chow
Chow
chow.
chow.
Chow chow.
Yeah. Yep,
Chutney,
that
I
makes
think
sense.
more like I thought it was more jamish.
I am gonna make some type of either jam or preserve or something with the ground cherries that we're growing. So that should be pretty good because apparently they make jams out of those, and the Cape gooseberries, which is not a gooseberry, but they call it Cape gooseberry because
Okay.
I guess it got confused when they were at the Cape of Good Hope.
Fair enough.
That's how
Got
it
a
goes.
question from the chat here directly from Daniel Leslie. Martin, do you still get access to Esoterica tobacco? I'd like to try Penzance and can do a trade if interested.
No, but you can just send me your address. I'll send you some. But no, I haven't tried. I haven't been in the loop in a long while with that. I have felt like I've just hit my limit, and I've got the stockpile that I've got, and when I retire, that's going to be. I will be chutneying and bougieing out with Esoterica for the rest of however many days I got.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when you try to help people and give them a leg up, there's always that risk of, you got to get in there in time.
Yes.
And then sometimes people don't get in
Yes.
there in time and they just start
Yes.
laying into you like you're an idiot and you're a jerk.
That happens. Or you get just tons of spam about, hey, can you buy it for me? Can you buy this? Can you buy that? And it's like, no, I just, there's a people that come out, hang out, and we and I look after them, and that's how it works. And if you want to be one of those, then you got to come out and do it. But otherwise, So when I did the list for a while, there was a ton of. I mean, it got kind of like the prime rib, like so much that people were turning it away because it was a ton of it, and I was like, okay. Now also too, like the online retailers have gotten a little more difficult. They seem to save a lot more of it. They don't seem to post it as much. They try to do their own Instagram, Facebook thing. They I almost kind of feel like they caught on to it a little bit. And, some of the bigger ones still do their own and they run out in like seconds. But for the most part, it was just, it was fun while it lasted. But the whole reason I did it is because of the scalpers. Oh, hello. Yes, sir. Party fell.
Went down the wrong hole.
My goodness. Did she now? Wow, that was one hell of a time. And
I'll hold your and keep it warm.
Well, that'll do it. So, but what's up, Preston Johnson? I did it to really just alleviate some of the pressure because the scalpers knew the system. They worked the system really well, and they were able to get a ton of it. And so I kind of really just did it to put a dent in those guys and let everybody else just get it for the cost, or the price of retail. Because once it was like $20, like 16 to 20 something bucks for 100 gram tin, and then it was like $40 or $50 for an 8-ounce bag. But if you went on the secondary market, it could be a couple $100, $300 for a bag.
You were GameStop stocking those folks. You were putting it to the man.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was doing it with
helping people out, letting them get something that's
Correct.
nice, to try something out, sticking it to the scalpers.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think everybody got a good feel of it. And you know what? It's like those seasons happen, and when they do it, it's fun. But what do they say? You ride it till she bucks you, or you don't ride her at all.
Well, it's like Briar Blue said just now. Said no good deed goes unpunished.
Mike knows this very, very well.
You try to help some folks out, get them in, let them find something early, try something new, something nice. Then you get a couple of jerks every now and then,
But the people I helped, I was glad to do it. It was fun. It was fun to see people get excited and like get something they never would have gotten before.
Yeah.
And that was cool. That part of it was awesome. And again, like, it's the amount that's on the secondary market. I mean, right now I'm just going to look. Now I'm just curious. Where is it? Like 10 bids. So 10 bids is kind of like the eBay for pipe tobacco smokers and everything. And so, all right, so they've got all kinds of stuff on here actually. They've gotten quite a bit more. So like a 2-ounce tin of Penzance from 2010 is like right now at $102. When, back in the day it was like, $20, $15. And
but it's like that in the alcohol market too.
Bourbon, especially, like bourbon is on a whole nother level, which again, used to get E.H. Taylor. I remember buying that for my brother-in-law back in the day, like $20 or $30.
Weller,
like,
right?
Weller. I used to get Weller for $13 a bottle, and now it's $50, $60 a bottle. And like nothing. It hasn't changed. I don't think it's gotten better. So like a tin of Margate now is like $50, which was like the basic Esoterica tin. 100 gram tin, $50. Balkan Sobrani, $67.
That's why we've smoked Carter Hall.
I have a hard time enjoying better things. But like 2 tins of Margate, $101. Like it, let's see if I can find a bag. But this is very relative, or very kind of it's a good litmus for what the secondary market does, because it's like it's really good. Don't get me wrong, never gonna shirk that. But like McClellan's, so McClellan's is gone. They shut that down a long time ago. I understand why those fetch a price. Like 100 gram tin fetches for $125. I get that. it's gone forever.
Scarcity.
Will
They don't
never
make it
come back.
anymore. Yeah.
You know, they closed the doors in like 2017, 2018, right? So that's it. I bought my share of Frog Mortons and everything, and I've got my big chunk of that, and so I'm good with it. But like here we go, JF Germain and Son, Esoterica, and Soda Bed, 8-ounce bag, $295.
Ooh, it's crazy.
That's a 45. Used to be $30-something, $45 bag. Esoterica, just from last year, Esoterica Margate 8-ounce bag, 2024, $237. That's a $45 bag. You know, and it just bothered me. Like I was like, just like you were saying for the bourbon, like the whole thing, like it would just bother me. So. Yeah, so that's kind of how that, and that's why everybody was also trying, just like bourbon, trying to find other bourbons, other tobacco blends that would substitute. Like everybody, the biggest one that like I think is everybody looks for a Penzance substitute, a Stonehaven substitute, and a Frog Morton Cellar substitute. Now, Frog Morton Cellar substitute's easy. I mean, you and I smoked American Patriot.
Good. Yeah, it was good.
It's about as close. I really think it's about as close as you can get. It's got bourbon flavored in it. It is really borderline of a fairly good copycat to it. Like if there were no more Frog Morton Cellars, I would just stock up on American Patriot by Missouri Meerschaum. It's really, really on it. Like it's different, but it's very close. It's
close enough.
It rhymes, and I'm like, okay, that'll work. Like I can take that. So, but yeah, outside of that, the Esotericas, they're scarce, but there's nothing overly crazy about them that I need.
Yeah. What's up, Patrick Grant?
Oh, Patrick Grant,
just throwing some waves out to people. Martin, hey, in your opinion, do you feel that the B&Ms. Look, hey, listen, guys. If you haven't figured this out, I don't smoke, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But hey, do you feel that the B&Ms have lots of Esoterica blends on hand, but in storage, holding them and release it now and then to preserve profit?
only the bigger B&Ms that do enough volume to get a Rango cigar to do anything with them, because that's the company that imports it in. So I think that's. Like you have to have enough probably volumes of order to do it, and there's not enough tobacco shops. They're going away, and right now we're seeing tobacco companies like Sutliff and others get bought up, and so that's shrinking, and blends are reducing. So I think there's going to be a lot of panic for a little while, but it's like anything you enjoy. I mean. Heck, I mean, it was like we were talking about the other day. It'd just be nice to have an old school bowling alley again in town.
Yeah, good dollar bowling alley.
There's a good one in my town, old school one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all do have one that's like
and it's
sleazy as all get out.
But it's thriving actually.
That's the way it needs to be.
I bet it will because it's nostalgic.
Yeah. I mean, they do a lot of leagues during the week.
Yeah.
You know, and then they added laser tag. They had a bunch of extra space. And they got an arcade.
That's the thing. Like, that's what I don't need. All right. So just officially, I guess we're away from the educational tobacco talk. We're getting back to dick jokes.
Feel free.
Yeah. Okay.
I never have a rejection of that. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. No, dude. I don't want cosmic bowling. Laser tag. Like I just want a dinky old gross bowling alley.
Where I can go in. This is all separate.
I want Uncle Buck,
old school looking bowling alley.
Give me a bowling alley where I can play a couple
with
of games.
With a bar where you can smoke in it.
Right. I want to smoke my cigar like Uncle Buck.
Yep.
And talk about horse races and how we're going to rig the system.
The last
Big Lebowski.
The last 5 years that my dad was alive. I know that sounds heavy, but don't take it that way. The last, like, if we would come home, I was a teenager, and he might be out, not home, doing something. We knew without question exactly where that man was. He was at the bowling alley.
Is that the bowling alley?
He was sitting at the bowling alley, smoking a cigarette, talking to the guy that worked the counter, watching the Braves game, while a bunch of people went and rented shoes for $2 and bowled for $1.50. And they're playing just constantly. Oh, they're eating trashy nachos.
The worst nachos.
The worst nachos.
Stale chips every time.
Worst fries. And yet I loved it. I would go in there and spend $5 on quarters just to play Mortal Kombat 2, hang out,
the
play
arcades
Gauntlet.
were good.
But come on, bowling, $1.50 a game. I know that's 80s, 90s prices.
Yeah.
I get it. But come on.
That's
the way a bowling alley should be. It should be gross.
The bowling alley has a deal, and it might be worth it for y'all. You're not too far away. I don't know if it's all year or during the summer, but it's $30 for the entire season, and the kids get a free game every day.
Nice.
And then I think for like another $30, you can do the whole family.
Can we just put that camera on somebody else?
I want to do.
I thought it was on three-way.
I want to do the Costco version of bowling. I want a gentleman's club version of bowling alley, where it's like it's legit. Like you're a member.
Okay.
You have a membership. Nobody else gets in except for adults, members, and it's the old Big Lebowski lanes. Like
no women. It's like that Family Guy skit. I can't say it online. We'll get
call it gentlemen's balls.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like
smooth balls.
Too big. Balls and pins.
Balls and pins.
Strikes.
Yeah. No, look, there are two things.
Strokes and strikes.
There are two things. There are two things that I miss. I miss from life.
Bowling.
Too soon.
Two things I miss from life as I've gotten older, and they're both very 80s, 90s related. And that's the bowling alley is one.
Yeah.
And I get it. They're bowling alleys, but when I say the bowling alley, you should understand what I mean.
I've been to the bowling alley in this town. I know.
And the skating rink.
The skating rink.
Yeah. Now that doesn't exist anymore.
That only played Metallica all the time.
Is there one in Kennesaw?
There's one in Kennesaw.
Yeah.
Sparkles skating rink in Kennesaw.
Still exists.
Yeah, and it's a little old school.
This one was dark, and you knew so much debauchery was happening amongst the teenage youth, and nothing but Metallica songs.
My experience with the skating rink in town is, I don't know if you know this, but they had an after school program. So when I was in like elementary school and middle school, my mom worked. She was a nurse, second shift, third shift nurse. The school bus would pick us up, and we would go to the skating rink for like 4 hours.
That's awesome.
And they gave you skates if you wanted them. If not, you could do the arcade. You got snacks.
What?
And then on Friday, the last like 2 hours or whatever, they would, on the projection screen, they'd play a movie. And you'd watch a movie. So, you watch like family-friendly type movies.
Yeah.
Except one day, somebody decided to pick Overboard. And I don't know if you ever saw like the 80s Overboard, but it had like titties in it.
Yeah.
And so like all these like, elementary and middle school kids are like watching Overboard and we're like, yes, this is the greatest time ever.
Yes.
And it was amazing.
That skating rink was,
that's right,
was
Mike.
phenomenal.
They had pool tables there in the skating rink too.
No, I mean where?
Right where Arby's is.
It's where Arby's is now. Yeah, that used to be a skating rink.
That would be
Arby's
so much
and
better.
CVS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go on Saturday mornings. We'd get up. We'd get up
right
at
in
9
town.
o'clock.
It's awesome.
All the time.
We'd go at 9 o'clock. We'd get skates, and that skating rink was great. That was such an 80s skating
Very
rink.
much.
70s, 80s skating rink.
It was a 70s
all right?
skating rink.
You go in,
carpet was gross.
clearly
That was nasty.
skating rink in the middle.
Yeah.
Like the
disco
Rome one.
ball in
Yeah.
the center of the
Legit
skating
disco
rink,
ball
and
in
it was
the center.
going all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. But then you would get over to the left side. You call it the arcade. It was just a stretch, and the games they had at the time, I was like, whatever. But now I realize it's just classic, like Contra, Goonies,
Pac-Man.
Mario.
They had
Yep.
a joust
Ikari
machine.
Warriors.
That's only one of the
Joust
few I
machine,
could
yeah.
play joust.
Karate. Was it
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Yep.
They had
Rome
so
still
many
have
cool
it?
arcade
They had
games.
an X-Men machine too. That's the first place I played X-Men.
But here's how you know it was great. They had a dance floor.
Yeah, that's
Remember
right.
the
That's
dance
right.
floor
I
with
do
the
remember that
banisters
floor.
That's
on
right.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Where it was
The
a
light
bunch
up?
of squares.
Yeah.
and
Yep,
they all
like the 80s
lit up different colors.
John Travolta.
Yeah, it was so great. There's a big mirror on the wall behind it.
Yep.
They do.
I love those
that was
old
just
That is
great.
so
Those
sad
old
that
brown
that closed
skates.
down.
Well, there's probably enough like debauchery that happened amongst teenagers that they
That whole
had
place
to.
was covered in.
Oh yeah, all you had to do was skate to the end of the rink behind the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah,
behind
yeah.
the wall,
That was
and you'd find some kids making out. You know,
Just
and then somebody come
necking
by and tell them, "Don't
hard.
do that."
It's all dark back there.
Yeah.
I miss those.
Do we feel movie theaters are dying off as there is now live streaming? I remember as a kid, my parents would take me. I will
more.
I would say
now.
one of my favorite
I love
things
the bougie one.
was when Derek invited us up to Blue Ridge to go to the drive-in,
yeah.
and we watched.
That's the only place I watch movies now.
We watched The Goonies and Lost Boys.
Yeah.
And
That
the
was
boys
awesome.
were terrified of Lost Boys. That movie freaked them out, but which wasn't bad. But it was just like they were sitting outside and they were like, "Oh shit, something flying over me."
That's the only place I'll see a movie now because they play new movies too. They'll play like a new movie and then an older movie back to back.
But it's awesome because
It's always two.
You can pull it up on the radio on your car and play it, in your car with good sound. It wasn't the crappy little drive-in speaker that would just hang there and have static and sounded awful, but but it was like you could legit like put it in your stereo and have real good sound. It's like, oh my gosh, this is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like to actually hear this movie in like some kind of surround-ish kind of.
Especially newer cars, Bose sound system, and everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my truck's got a big old fat
And the
sub in
screen's
it.
pretty.
yeah.
The screen's pretty good.
The screen was good as long as somebody's not an idiot with their lights on,
And it's
because that's the
cheap.
thing about cars. They have their running
I'll be
lights.
honest, I don't
bring
think
your
that
food.
movie theaters are dying out. I guess
Thank you, Dingus.
in some
I
ways
am a
they
goonie.
are. But to me, it's not a problem of the theater as much as because I'll still go to if it's to me it's a problem with the movies. Like the last set of movies that I feel like I really needed to go to see.
Thanks, Patrick.
Like I keep telling my kids. Here's a perfect example of what I mean. I keep telling my girls, they're 12 and 10.
Excuse me.
And I keep telling
I'd
them
like to
how
ask you a
amazing
few
it was. There was a period of time, the last good phase for movies, when you knew around Christmas time every year for about 8 years you were going to get either a new Harry Potter movie or you were going to get a new Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh yeah.
You knew there was going to be a big blockbuster movie. I haven't, other than like Avengers Endgame. That's the last
the
one
Avengers
I remember.
ones were great. I took my kids to see the King Kong movie, the last one that came out. That was good in theaters.
It has to be a.
But, like, nothing-
It has to be a blockbuster
Yeah.
type movie. Like the movies that come out now, I could any romantic comedy, I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming. I need a big epic blockbuster movie because I still think there's value in going and watching a movie on a big screen in a theater.
I was disappointed because I missed. They re-released Interstellar in like the IMAX,
That's a great example.
and I
Patrick.
missed it. Like because the closest IMAX to us is like an hour away, but they played it for one day, and I wasn't able to go. I knew what day it was. I just couldn't go. I had something else going on.
Right.
And I was like, damn. I was like, that's the one movie I want to see
Yeah,
in a
they
big
have-
screen.
They have like the flashback cinema where a new one, like they always do the old movies. We watch a Back to the Future one.
Oh, that'd be great.
Will you get us a refill? Grab the boy. Phil, I don't think we're gonna do the stuff you sent tonight. I think Derek and I will do it next Friday because Durwood's got some stuff he wants us to try, and we're not gonna make. But I do have it. I have it, and I've got that, the tobacco in a jar, and the seeds you've got. But we'll do that next Friday, Phil. I'm gonna get the wife to remind me to the stuff that Phil sent.
I'll try
Can you
to
put
remember.
that? Can you put it in the kitchen and so I make sure to grab
Is
it.
that Phil Rivera?
Phil Rivera. He
Phil
sent
Rivera.
me. He sent some kimchi and some other food stuff. He sent with
Nice.
some tobacco and some seeds.
Did that package include a pipe for me? I don't think it did.
The man that doesn't smoke a
Phil,
pipe.
Look,
Just
hey,
wants a
look,
pipe.
The most non-smoking.
I would. If look,
you have
that
anything in
pipe
your-
that you have over there is super nice. If I had a nice pipe,
Do you have anything in that
I
cup?
might try. I'm good.
Do you have any in it?
No, that's why I'm good. I'm still kicking myself for back late 90s, early 2000s, not going and seeing the re-release of Star Wars in the theaters.
I did.
I did not.
I did.
I saw
did
the
that.
I saw the
I didn't know things were
prequels in
happening.
the theaters, but I never saw the
I
originals.
did see the originals.
We got a shot to
The
do.
drive-in had Jaws, and that was amazing.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, that's
That's like the premier way to watch it.
what she said. The flashback theater,
Dilla Dillers.
ice.
But I mean, really, I don't plan on going to the movie theater again unless it's the drive-in. It's way cheaper. You can bring your own food. You can sit in your own car. We have the SUV. We pull it backwards.
Have a good night, Dingus. Good to see you, sir.
And lift up the tailgate. And we have like blankets and like pillows and stuff back there, like a pallet.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, Phil.
We just like lay down and watch the movie and eat popcorn. And
Yeah.
dude, it's
Well,
awesome.
here's what I miss about the theater. Same thing I miss about the mall. There was a pulse. There was a hum. Like when you went to the theaters, there was a line, and there was excitement.
I'll give you an example, right?
I'm going to hold my thought.
The one in
very pertinent.
The theater in Canton, was the biggest theater in the area for a long time. They had an arcade.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bar. They had like 6 concession stands around that were always full and packed. Now when you go, you go in, you go to the concession stand, you buy a ticket. There's 2 people. You buy a ticket from them and you buy, snacks or whatever you want. And that's it. There's nobody else in the whole place. Everything else is closed down. There's no more arcade. There's no more bar.
I remember like
no ticket
rushing
taker.
and scrambling to get whatever at the concession. You had to get in real fast because there was always a line. You had to be like, there was just something. There was an energy.
Yeah.
About
You're 1,000%
going
right.
to the theater.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying there was like people around doing stuff.
That energy is
now
just
there's
not
nothing.
there.
There's nothing to do there.
Gone. So today, me and my wife and I, we were at Cumberland Mall in Atlanta, and normally wouldn't have stopped there, but we were just like, that's right here, let's go.
Yep.
So we went in, and it
4
was
stores
the
in there.
same thing. Well, they had a lot of stores.
Yeah.
It's not like Town Center. Town Center's dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the Cumberland had a lot of stores. There just wasn't a lot of people in there. It didn't have that vibe anymore.
I tell you what,
and what you're saying is 1,000% right.
It is.
There was an atmosphere at the mall that used to be.
And
It's
you know
not
what?
there anymore, and a big part of that is because I feel like the stores they're expensive. They're so niche. Niche, whichever
You can
one
buy
you want
most
to go.
of it online.
Yeah, you can buy everything online, and so just to go in,
well,
is
they're not
just,
welcoming anymore. Back in the day, you
that's
just,
it.
there was stuff to do. Even if you didn't go to the stores, you could walk around and go to the food court and go to. But even like 2005, I worked like part time at a friend's Halloween store. She opened up a Spirit Halloween in the Cumberland Mall, and even then, like the mall was popping. Like people would come in and hang out at the Halloween store and like walk around and like you could go. Like the whole place was like packed. And now you go to a mall and it's just like, I don't know, sad. Like there's nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, there was just
There's just no drive to go out.
right, but there was just such an atmosphere of going. Like,
I think it's a little bit of fear too, don't you think? Like I talked to my kids are like 9 and 10, 11. I talked to their parents and they're like, oh, we don't let them have sleepovers or go out and do things, and we don't let them. We don't want them to go to parties and stuff. Man, my mom would drop our ass off at Town Center Mall all day long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like she's like, here's $20. Go to the mall, buy yourself some food, go to the arcade. Like that was it. Like we spent money, so we weren't like.
Yeah.
But now like parents are so scared. Like my kids go outside and play all day. They get home from school, and he's like, I'm going to the Collins house. He's like around the cul-de-sac. We live in a neighborhood. It's safe. We told my the grandmother that she about passed out. And she's like 60 years old. I was like,
Which
in the
is
50s,
funny.
I know you were running around acting crazy.
Which is funny because if you take them back to when they were parents, they didn't want to see their kids till the sun went down.
Yeah,
it was
at
like
that
get out.
aforementioned skating rink. We would get there at
all
9
the
in the
time.
morning, and then at 11:30 to 12, right before it would start to close on a Saturday.
Yeah.
The way that you talk about that old commercial, the
Go to
guy,
payphone.
you go to the payphone, you do a collect call.
Yeah, no
you
doubt.
remember Bob, we got a baby, it's a boy. That commercial,
Yeah.
that's what it would do. It'd be like a collect call to my parents, and it would just be, "What's your name?" And I'd be like, "Dustin, come pick me up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
I let
would
my
be
kids,
it.
Yeah. I let
That's
my
how
kids
they
go
would know
out.
to come get me.
I told they went out, they want to go to a friend's house neighborhood. I said, all right. I said, when it gets dark, you come home. Or like when it's getting dark.
I think,
And they came home.
I think there's an aspect of technology that people feel like they're connected, and they don't realize how disconnected from everyone
you are
they really are.
connected, but you're not connected physically.
Right.
It's all fake.
Right. We're connected
Yeah.
like the Golden Tee. We can play Golden Tee, and that's fun. But it doesn't replace getting with the boys, going out to the golf course, getting drunk, hitting some balls, and legit doing something. Like, it can't replace it, but we've tried to kind of replace it because we're concerned about safety. We're concerned about this. We're concerned. Just so everybody understands, your whole life is dangerous. There is not 1 second of your life that you're going to be able to predict exactly when your time is up.
And actually, hell, this is like the safest it's ever been. I mean, I know there's still abductions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's still dangerous. I don't let my kids go run in the street, but we live in a safe, secluded neighborhood. I'm not worried about it.
But they're more likely to have a problem online than they are in person.
But like a couple of my son's friends live in a neighborhood that has a river that runs through it.
Yeah.
Like it's really nice. It's a really nice bougie neighborhood. There's a big river that runs through it. They like to fish. So he spent the night one day and he called us and he was like, "Hey, can I go fishing with my friend?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Like,
please.
Like his parents are kind of like us. Like they get all the fishing gear together and they walk through like a couple of yards and go back through the woods and they go to the river and they fish. I'm like, my kids know how to swim.
I find it also kind of funny what my kids tell me. Because, like,
they tell me way more than I ever told my mom.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like Martin goes over to Joe's house.
Yeah.
So they're on this big property off Stiles Road, and they're right next to the Etowah River. So sometimes they go down to the river, and I'm like, just don't be an idiot and fall in. Just do me that favor. Do me that solid, pal. He's like, okay. And then there's an abandoned house, and they found like this old, like junky, like old, like Honda motorcycle that they're now working on, trying to get running. And they want to order parts and try to. I'm like, for one son, that's his bike, not yours. So just understand who owns it. So like, they can order the parts. It's just fine. Feel free to work on, but I'm glad there's a little discovery, because think about. I mean. Like, think about all the times.
We found in the woods when we were kids.
Well,
that doesn't exist anymore.
Dead bodies.
No, more magazines.
Lots of magazines.
You found some magazines in the woods, right?
In the ditch.
I may have left some.
My parents thought I was fishing at Two Run Creek all the time, but I was not fishing. I was gathering.
Gathering materials for study.
Golly. Wow.
But
but yeah, I was like, but my heart breaks for the generation that no longer has any discovery or adventure.
Yeah.
We had adventures when we were young.
Yeah. So I'll make sure my kids do. That's what I'm saying.
Even if they were dumb adventures, we had true adventures, true mind and life altering adventures that inspired us for so many other things we did in our own lives. Yeah. And
I'll tell you a story that stuck with me. My dad's brother died probably 10 years ago. He died young too. He was like in his 50s from cancer, but he was very loved in the community. He was like well known. He was an insurance agent. He was like vice president for an insurance company. So he knew people. The family that, like my dad's family, they were well known in the community. They were just a lot of people, right? So most of the funerals I've ever been to has been like 50 people. This one was like 1,000 people. Wow. The biggest church in Atlanta. I mean, it was huge. So one of his friends got up there. Guy was a dentist or a doctor, and they've been friends their whole life. And he was just telling stories and reminiscing. But this would have been, I guess, the 60s and the 70s. They took my uncle and this guy in like the 70s, went from Atlanta, Georgia to the Gulf Coast on their bicycles by themselves when they were 16.
Wow.
Like they just said, it was like summertime. They didn't have anything to do. So they told my grandfather, "Hey, we're going to go to the ocean." He said, "Yeah, have fun."
We did that.
And so they got on their bicycle and rode down 75 or it was probably 41 back then, all the way to the ocean and just, talked about all the adventures and stuff they had there. They were gone for like 2 months.
Could you imagine if they realize it's now the Gulf of America?
But anyways,
just imagine if my kids tried to do that. Hey, I just want to before we jump into something, I feel bad now. Just want to point out, Phil. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, Phil! Poor guy.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Poor guy.
You don't make me a pipe. I'm kidding. 100% just kidding. giving you a hard time. Your pipe for Martin was beautiful. Thought it was great, but I don't smoke at all. So it would sit on my shelf and look good, but no, I'm just ragging you in the same way that I rag anybody else.
Welcome, McFly. What you got there?
Plant peppers.
We do. Do you know which one this is?
No.
You didn't read the tag?
What, do you want me to go back in there?
I don't care. If you want to go figure out what it was, there would have been a tag that was near it that would have been.
It's a pepper.
Okay. Sounds good. Is this off
True
the second
farmer.
shelf? So,
Yes, it's off the second shelf.
It's good. I feel like it's about 4 weeks of growth, 5, 6.
So we planted these January or February 3rd or 4th or 5th. So they're really
like a choo-choo train over there.
So they're
Martin's
really
got a grow house, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Shut your mouth. So the roots are coming out just a hair, just a little bit on some of these. This is the second shelf, so this was potted up a week or so ago, and they were tiny. They were tiny little suckers.
They were about like this tall.
Yeah. So now we're in a situation where, holy crap, our last frost date technically isn't until April 17th, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to put these in the ground soon because some of them are already starting to flower. And I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we've got a whole array of peppers that we're gonna do. It's starting to get the suckers on the limbs.
You need to trim those off, or
no? Just the flower buds. When they come, we'll take those off so it doesn't fruit because they're too young. They're too young to fruit. But pretty cool, like seeing how much they've grown. Like they shot up once I up potted them, and I'm like, good Lord. It's like, I told Durwood, I said, if you want to know how they filmed Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like this, it's what it feels like. When I look through the canopy of them, it looks like it.
Wow.
What happened?
You pinched me in the butt.
No, it was just a pepper.
No, it wasn't.
It was just a pepper.
There are no peppers.
There was just a pepper. The pepper got you. So,
It was
very cool.
It was
What happened? The pepper got you again? Those peppers is ridiculous.
Excuse me.
So,
Those
I'd like
are
to ask you a few
spice
questions.
peppers.
What a well-timed
See, this is the pepper.
what a well-timed question there.
See,
Yeah,
this is the
I like it.
pepper.
All right, tell everybody what to do.
Make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. I will see you next Friday.
Yep, you gotta get to bed because you gotta shoot coming up tomorrow.
Love you.
Love you. All right, get to it, big dog. Don't forget to put that back, please. The plant, you
Okay.
goofy boy, goofy child.
All right.
Oh,
Let's see.
make sure you watch my part on the live.
I will watch it because I saw everything you were doing.
Watch the end very carefully.
Martin or others, that movie. What movie from the 80s or 90s do you feel was the biggest hit and the biggest flop? Tremors was the biggest hit and the biggest flop.
Simultaneously. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't have any problem with that. I love Tremors.
I love it.
Several
But
movies?
I only ever watched it on USA.
Yeah, but it was a massive flop.
It was a massive flop, but it was a great movie.
But it's a, and I could probably say maybe Evil Dead. Was a
Did
flop,
it say
but
just
also
80s or 80s and 90s?
80s or 90s.
All right, Napoleon Dynamite. When was that?
That was early 2000s.
Well, that's
Early
close enough.
2000s?
Yeah. I'd say, I don't know. I think he meant like maybe separate movies. My favorite all-time movie-going experience was The Matrix.
Yeah.
Because me and my friend went to go see it, had no idea what it was about. We just knew it was science fiction, action. Went and watched it. I left that theater like just
mind blown.
The first one.
I had never seen a movie. I had never seen a movie that I was like, what the F just happened?
Yes.
Like the entire, like this with that big reveal, like when they showed the batteries and everything.
Yes.
You're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes.
And the whole rest of the movie, I was just like, this is probably it is still to this day probably the best movie I've ever seen.
Which is why they got sued.
Yeah.
But Tremors for me would be a 90s movie that completely flopped, but is one of my favorites.
Well, yeah, if we're
of
talking
all
about
time.
what flops and was great at the same time, there's a ton of those.
Well, that's what I went with because I'm lazy, so I
Bikini Car Wash.
I went with a. First off, that never flops. That hits every time. I know they made Tremors too, but you know what? They also made like multiple versions of all kinds of
There's like
movies.
10 Tremor movies.
Well, it's just like anything. When you don't have bacon on it,
It's like Sharknado.
it's not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bacon makes everything better. Phil, when you
makes it
said
better.
just a note, I do it because I like to, not because I'm asked, but only.
He was talking about the pipe.
Oh, okay.
Because I was
so he
ragging him
made
about
you
the
feel
pipe,
like an ass.
and then I felt like a jerk.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, well, first off, I love the pipe. I do.
Now,
When you opened it up, remember I was here the
I
day you
remember.
opened it,
Yes.
and I said, that's a great looking pipe.
Yes.
If I had a pipe like that,
Right.
it's just, I'm
Not
just,
true, but he's just complimenting.
I'm ragging.
But he's complimenting
And
the
these
artwork.
guys know, like that's how I
Yes.
show
Yes.
affection. That's what
Yes.
I do.
We've
That
dealt
is
with, we've dealt with you for
100%.
30 years. We know.
Yeah, I don't
That
tell
is
people
correct.
I love you. I make fun of your flaws.
100%.
And that's
Thank
how
you.
it goes. But so
Yes.
yeah, then I felt bad, but he was like, "All right, I'll make you a pipe, not because I'm asked to." I'm like, "Well, no, look, I'm not."
You know what I feel like? You know what, Phil? Make him a pipe. I'll pay for it now. Now I'm just
I
gonna
would
buy him a
never
pipe.
do that.
Now I'm
If
just
you're
gonna buy him a
making
pipe.
look, because I'm a musician, I get it. If you're making
He knows
money off of
art.
your living,
Get an acorn and stick
He is a
stick in
legit
it. Tell us a
musician.
if
pipe.
you're making money off of your living, I will never ask you to do it for free. I will never ask you to do it for free because I get it. The number of people who ask you to play for a wedding or something like that,
They are
because we're
hairs.
buddies. No, look, no. I would never do that. So yeah, then I did feel bad.
Speaking of, I got a party coming up. No, just kidding.
yeah, no, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how to bring this up, but
$250 an hour.
I need you to play only bass.
Cover your
Only
tender
bass.
bit. Yes. cover
Only
your-
bass and sing.
That's the name of my upcoming album. It's
The Terminator
Dusty
movies.
Durwood, only bass, only
Yeah.
the bass.
Hey there, Pipes Bowl.
Yeah.
The Terminator movies.
But those weren't flops. Those
Those aren't
were
flaws.
hits.
Those were massive hits.
Just like The Matrix was a massive hit, but it was
Yeah.
like the best movie I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I don't
in a
see.
Like I don't know, like what was
Tremors was to me is just
Tremors is a
my
good example. I was trying to think of like what movie from the Baron Munchausen
no
was a flop,
God,
but I
that was
love
the
it.
greatest.
What was the movie
love-
Tried to find it
with Fred
did.
Savage and
Little
Oh,
Monsters?
Little Monsters,
Little Monsters.
Under the Bed. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
that's
he
a
went
good
to Little
one.
Monsters. That was a great movie.
What's the one with the power glove? Wizard.
Yeah, the
Wizard.
Wiz,
Yeah.
the Wizard. Or
Thank you.
something
The
like
Wizard was
Yeah.
good. It was the 80s because then you got to see Mario Brothers 3 and what a
Yeah.
freaking marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably
Like,
all-time
I've told that
best
story,
cross
haven't I? Have I
marketing.
told that story on here?
I don't think you have.
I'm pretty sure I have, but I'll tell
Are
it
you
again
in
because it was
Wizard?
great. About the time that the Wizard came out, our local town, little small town, used to have we have one park in the middle of the whole thing, and it used to do a 4th of July celebration, and they would have
I'd like to
such
ask
classic
you a few
activities as greasing the pole with money on top.
Yeah. That's
and
the
watching
best.
people climb up it, you know. But one thing that they did one year, out of nowhere, there was all these big pavilions with picnic tables out in the middle of this park. And one year there was this one pavilion just had TV after TV, just the whole thing, all the picnic tables covered with TVs. And when you got over there, there were Nintendos lined up on all of them.
Oh wow!
And
That's
you had
amazing.
a sign-up sheet, and they said, "Do you want to be part of the Nintendo competition?" They didn't tell you anything about it,
Right.
And I'm just a
Done.
kid. I'm like,
Like-
I don't care. I don't care what this game is. You're asking me, do I want to play Nintendo for free?
Yes.
So I sign up for it. And what it was Super Mario 3. I'd never seen it. It was before any advertisements came out. It was before the movie came
Oh,
out.
so you got to like beta test it.
And yeah, you sit down at the table and they were like, you play until you die. You get one life. That's it. You go
Wow.
as far as you can, get as many points as you can. You play until you die.
Wow. Oh,
So,
I remember this.
I did.
I do
what
remember this.
Any kid
I sucked. I
who
died
was
fast.
Yeah, any kid who was an
I
idiot
died real
would do.
fast.
I try to speed run it. I'm not trying to get points. I'm not trying to get coins. I'm not trying to do anything. I just try to run through it.
Just survived.
I get through the first level. Great. I feel like a champ. I get the second level. And if you remember second level on Super Mario Brothers 3, you run in, you run up, there's a pipe, and then there's a ramp. And you go down the ramp. I had no idea that if you held down,
You would
Down,
you
you would
slide.
slide.
So you immediately
and
died.
kill.
yeah. So I slide down, I hit one Goomba, and I let off it because I'm panicking
Right,
that I'm
because it's
sliding.
new.
And then I get the second Goomba, I'm dead. And then a few months later, the Wizard comes out, and
Yeah.
you see the whole thing. I had no idea that this was a legit Nintendo sponsored event
Right.
at our stupid little small town.
Yeah.
4th of July, and I have never forgotten that. Like,
Man, I wonder
the
who
idea of
organized that. That's cool.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, it was a sponsored Nintendo thing. They did it all over
Oh,
the
I
place.
know, but they gotta have somebody's
like-
gotta have contacted them to come to
Yeah.
the 4th of
But
July party in the little
What
town.
happened to the person who won? I want to know who won for our
that's
town.
true.
Yeah,
Number
that's
one.
true.
Yeah.
To this day, this is 30,
What
almost
was
40
and
years
what was
later.
the
I want to know.
purpose? Like, what was the overall?
Probably advertised because all
like-
these kids will go home and say, "I
well,
need
not
to
just
have this game."
advertised, but I think too, like you're saying, like it's
It's a little bit of beta
like Red
testing
Lobster,
and- yeah.
right? Red Lobster would come out with certain stores, and they would test the market.
Yeah, you'd have market tests.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
Well,
Part of
the
that.
reason that I know that that's what it was is because I went and saw The Wizard in the theater because I knew it was a Nintendo movie. That's all I knew was
Yeah,
a Nintendo
that's
movie.
all I needed.
When you get to the end, they show Super Mario Brothers 3. I lost my crap because I looked at my little brother who's 4 years younger than me and I was like, I played that. I've already played this. I'm freaking out. My dad's telling me, shut up. Be quiet.
You made your dad watch
But it freaked
The
me
Wizard?
out because I started to think, in my tiny kid, maybe 10-year-old mind at the time or something. I don't know how old I was, but at the time I'm like, what if I'd have won that tournament?
Right.
Is this movie real?
Right.
Like,
Would I
I'm
have been in
freaking
this
out.
movie? Yeah.
I've never forgotten that. That was one of the coolest things
I
in my whole
love
life.
that whole aspect.
The
of
best
the
part
movie.
is you only made it to the second level.
Yeah, I died so quick in the second level, but I got past the
I
first.
died. I did not. I don't think I made it past first. And I love the fact of the Power Glove and the other things that they came out with in the
Robbie.
movie to show it. And then I forget who had one of the Mario 3Ds, but I did not have one of those.
The virtual boy?
Yes, the
Yeah.
Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was so funky.
Yeah. I think
But
Trip
that was
had one.
so cool. It might have been where I played it.
He had everything.
And Nintendo was weird for me because I didn't have a lot of great games on it. I remember I loved playing Bad Dudes. I remember
Bad Dudes. Heck
Bad
yes.
Dudes was freaking awesome.
Heck yes.
And then
Climbed on top of that truck.
Contra was great.
I played
yes.
Contra all day, every day.
I remember Contra.
And Pro-Am Wrestling.
I remember Batman. And then one of them, I can't remember its name, but I played this game so long, but you did skateboard, surfing,
California
and-
games.
Yeah,
Is that what it
California
is?
games.
Yeah, California games.
I played that game so
Did you
many
play
times.
720, the skateboarding game? I love the crap out of that game.
I wasn't big on those. I like California games.
Oh my gosh,
Because you could
California
play
games
as a monkey.
was
I don't
great.
know why I thought
yeah,
that
it was
weird.
so weird, and I love the transition of the different things. Hated Zelda because apparently I
freaking
was the
love
only
Zelda.
person in the world on.
Did you never get a sword?
No, it was Zelda. So Zelda 1 I beat.
Okay.
But I had to get
Zelda 2, that's
somebody
right. You
had the
sucked it
map.
up.
Somebody had the map.
We've talked about Zelda
So
too.
I had that. Zelda 2, I made it through the dark. I made it through the mountain without the candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I couldn't get back. And so
That's
I
the
quit.
best part. Is literally the first item you get in the game is the candle.
Didn't know that. Had no idea. Saw a hole in a freaking
You
wall.
played through 3/4 of the flipping game without the first thing you get in the game.
I'm telling you, I spent it. It had to be at least 4 or 5 months. I would just come home, I would boot it up, and I would try to get through, and I would constantly die. So I memorized where everything was killing me, and so I knew when to jump. I knew
in the dark.
In the dark
like it-
because it's black.
the
like
right-
if you go into it, it's black.
The right
the
solution
only-
would be to restart the game at this point. After
The only
5 months.
indication you get is if you look at the pixels on the ground.
There's a little
When the-
shading.
The pixels would overlap. So
Yes.
whenever
Yeah.
there's a person walking, you don't see it because the rest of the screen is black. But on the ground,
Yep.
those pixels overlap. So you would get maybe like, I don't know, 8 to 10 pixels worth of width
Yep.
of movement. That's what you went off of. You had no idea how tall they were.
No. And then there were pits that had spikes. So like there was everything. There was traps and everything. And I spent months. I was like, this is the craziest freaking. I was like, I can't believe
That's great.
so many people
I
love
that
this
story.
game. And then I got to the other side and didn't have anything I needed. So I couldn't do anything on the other side of the mountain. And then I tried to go backwards back through in
Instead
the
of
dark.
starting it over.
And I just quit. I just like, this is the stupidest game. I'll never play it ever again. I was so angry. I spent months and months on this game. there's no way anybody will convince me that anybody went through it in the dark other than me. You
literally might be the only person that did that.
And
yeah.
Because
considering that literally the first thing you get in the game is the candle,
and I still don't know where you get it.
Yeah,
my first game on Nintendo,
I think it's a room. Isn't it a room you go through in the end and like go
in
further
the first
in?
dungeon, the very first dungeon you go to.
I didn't go. I didn't see the first fucking dungeon. I saw a hole in a wall, and I went. I was like, "Oh, that must be where I go." And I was like, "This is such bullshit."
James says,
I was like,
"You suck."
And here's the thing. Here's how tricky it got, because you know how your lives would work. So I was able to figure out where most of the monsters were. But if I got hit one time, I was done. I had to be able to throw the dagger or throw the sword. I had to be able to throw it. As long as I was able to throw it, I got the monsters. The pits were a whole nother fucking clusterfuck. But then I worked that out too. I figured it out and I mapped it out in my head and I got it. And eventually I got through it. And I always remember thinking that I just beat this fucking game when I got through it. And then I realized, no, there's so much. There's so much I have to do and don't have any of the tools.
Zelda is my favorite series of anything under this. I
Probably one of
love
the most
Zelda.
consistently good series.
Yeah, it's so good.
So I
love one.
good.
I don't have a tattoo, but if I ever get a tattoo, it's going to be the Master Sword.
Big
with
Hunter. I love Big Hunter.
The Hyrulean Shield and the Triforce on top. Like, I love Zelda so much.
So the first one I love.
So much. And the only
third one I love.
The only thing that I regret from my whole life is boxing up all of my Nintendo games into one box and taking it to an ex-girlfriend's house.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Because it was Tiffany.
Yeah.
Taking it to her house because she had a Nintendo. This is late
great,
90s.
Phil.
She had a Nintendo that worked perfectly. I'm talking,
awesome.
there was no blowing on the games. There was nothing. Just put the game in, push play, push power. Every game booted up perfectly.
Oh,
her Nintendo worked like champ. And when we broke up, I left all those.
Oh, no.
So, the only thing I regret is that I don't have my original Zelda. I want that gold cartridge of Zelda.
Great
so
marketing.
Bad.
Perfect marketing.
Oh, I hate it. I hate myself for leaving just that one. Everything else, Jaws, Super Mario 3, Xanadu.
I forgot about Jaws.
I don't care any of those.
I forgot about Jaws.
You give me that one cartridge, that one gold Zelda cartridge, Zelda 1, and that gold cartridge.
Speaking of the
I will
movie
kiss you on the
games,
mouth.
the movie games. Well, remember the estate sale? I'm still curious what happened to that.
I would love to know. Yeah, he ran across an estate sale. Martin ran across an estate sale where they were they had a in the box, in the cellophane, in the wrapping, with the KB Toys price tag on
NES?
it. Yes, it was still boxed, never
Legend of
been
Zelda
opened.
Gold.
Legend of Zelda. They were going to sell it until I guess enough questions were asked. Then they decided to pull it and get it graded.
Oh,
and all that stuff.
Yes,
Dude, you can put that thing in like a slab. Like,
well, that's
acrylic.
what they were doing. Yeah, they were putting it in a slab. Like you would do with coins and cards. Yeah,
he texted me about it, and I told him, "Look, I'm willing."
Cellophane.
I was just like, "I will give you up to $2,500. That's all I got to throw towards stuff. I will give you $2,500 right now if you can get that for me."
I bet the market is 5 figures minimum.
Oh, easily.
We talked about like
going together,
like time sharing the damn thing.
Did they not have a price tag on it?
No,
I just want to pay whatever they said.
They had the KB Toy Store's price tag.
$700. Here you go.
Well, I think again, there were enough people that messaged them specifically about it. They just
figured out what it was on. Yeah, they're like, holy shit, we messed up. Yeah,
And so I think they probably ended up putting it on eBay. That's what they ended up doing. And who knows what it went for there.
Though. Holy moly.
That's an amazing, like in the shrink wrap.
Yeah, and not just and look, here's how nerdy it is. There are multiple generations of packaging for the original Zelda game.
So I looked up the different insignia of Nintendo because there was different ones.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about it and showing it to me.
You can see through the packaging to the cartridge.
Oh yeah.
You can see.
I remember that. I remember that packaging.
Ribs. Yeah,
I remember that.
But Nintendo had different forms of their insignia depending on the edition date of it.
Yeah.
So the seal was different, and this was one of the
if it's
one
sealed,
of the older
it doesn't
ones.
even matter what it is.
It was first
they
or
produced
second
that thing
gen.
for probably 10, 20, 12 years. It doesn't matter what year it came out. That's
Which is amazing.
A shit ton of money.
Shit we threw away. that would be worth so much right now, and I still throw shit away that probably would
But here's
be
the
worth
thing:
something.
I honestly would not. If someone had a copy of the original Legend of Zelda gold-plated cartridge,
Thank you, Daniel.
it would get. I don't care if it doesn't have to be in the box. If it's just the actual
Playable. As
cartridge,
long as it's playable.
Pong.
I bet you could find
Pong's
that for
the best.
$700.
yeah, I don't want. I'm not coming out of pocket for it.
Somebody
You
wants
literally
to
said it's the only thing you want in the whole world.
Well, when I was a kid, I had multiple copies of it.
I
They were
know.
all in a cardboard box that got left at Tiffany's house.
I mean, you want to get in the car and drive over
Yeah,
there?
let's go
What if
find
it was
Tiffany.
Like beat up her husband?
What if it was just sitting there?
Just beat up her
with
husband?
shit
All these
And like
years
her
later.
parents'
Onto
house
it.
in a box somewhere.
Matt combined his with that box, so it was mine and his.
Who, Matt?
Yeah, Matt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had a combined box.
why I don't talk anymore?
It's the number one thing I regret in my whole life. I've lived a good life. I don't have a lot of regrets. That's the one.
Right, yeah.
That's a big
that would be
regret.
That's a
one.
big
That's
regret because it's not just the fact that those games
gonna
might
be
be
a-
worth something.
That's
Those
going
are
to
the
be
games,
a bigger regret in another 10 years.
Those are the games that I played. Those that I grew up on. Those
Yes.
were my actual games
Yes.
that I left at her house.
I know. I wish I don't
Gradius
know
was
where mine
another
are.
one I loved.
I wish I still had mine.
I love
Captain
Gradius.
Skyhawk was great.
Captain Skyhawk
Arkanoid.
and Top Gun.
Top
So-
Gun.
I say I had Top
So
Gun.
the
I
top
hated
three,
it. I hated Top
it's
Gun.
because you can never land on the
couldn't land
freaking
on the damn
cruise ship.
aircraft
So I
carrier.
finally figured that out, and then for some reason forgot after I finally fucking did it. I was
never did
pissed.
it.
I was like,
played
this
that
is
game
so
for
stupid.
10 years. Never was landing on that aircraft
So
carrier.
3 top movie games were Top Gun,
Yep. Jaws.
Jaws, and Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that was a good one. Crystal Lake.
Yeah. Now
Your younger
this
son
guy,
would like that.
this
Yeah,
guy had
he would.
to have played Friday the 13th more than anybody on
Did
the
you guys get
planet.
it
So
regularly?
I didn't realize Friday the
We
13th.
made stuff.
I got
Oh my god.
Let me borrow them.
I'm an idiot.
Friday.
I didn't realize Friday the
We don't
13th.
have a week.
Oh, okay.
Like you
Yeah.
could could beat it if you took out his mom. I guarantee you I probably defeated Jason
I know
in a
you
fight
did.
13, 14 times.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a spot where he just gets so fast and so insanely
He persevered,
strong.
though.
And I could still I got so good at that game. I would play it so much because that Friday the 13th game was great. And I never knew that you could legitimately go through maybe 30, 45 minutes. You could beat that game
Just forget.
if you just go
One of-
do
Somebody
the
brought up GoldenEye. We can
GoldenEye's
talk
great.
about GoldenEye all day long.
One of the best Nintendo games, though, by far, in such a in something I could give 2 shits about, was Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I could care less about boxing, but if you put me in with Mike Tyson's Punch Out, I didn't care if it was Soda Pop Insky. I didn't care who
Well, yeah,
was
but it was
Broad
because it was a
Bull.
fun game. And
There
it had good
was
mechanics.
something
It was a solid, just it was a good solid game.
amazing about like the almost lifelike-ish, like small little like Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone and all the rest.
Yeah, no, I
What are
agree.
we doing? Oh shit!
Not that.
Is that-
no, we didn't do his
I don't
segment.
care about that. Hey,
Yes.
look, there's a question
Baby,
in the
will you grab
chat.
me some more? Yes,
I
there was a couple
want to answer
questions.
because I'm such a nerd.
Did you
Number
see
one.
did you
There've
see
been
the
many.
system one?
So yeah, the Nintendo versus Sega.
So PlayStation wins that. Nintendo
Well, of
versus
course you're saying
no.
that.
Nintendo and Sega are great for nostalgia,
Did you know?
but
Did you know?
PlayStation is probably the greatest line of consoles ever made.
Did you know Sony owned Nintendo?
Yes, because the Super Nintendo was supposed to be, or no, the N64 was supposed to be a Sony-made system, and they didn't want it, so they split off, and Sony made the PlayStation 1. But think,
played that
PlayStation
with my
from
brother
1 through
with
5 is
PlayStation
probably
1.
the best console generation of all time. Nintendo has the best games.
But look, that's what I was about to
Period.
point out.
They can't. You
But
can't.
for me,
all you have to have
anyway.
is Mario.
But that Christmas morning when I got a PlayStation with Tomb Raider,
Oh yes, Tomb Raider is what I played with my brother.
I got the PlayStation 1, and I got Tomb Raider, and I got the little demo disc that it came with that had a bunch of games on it.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the greatest Christmas of all time.
I always played like
I
the
get
Tomb
that,
Raider
but-
practice area in the
And
gym.
I played the shit out of Nintendo and
yourself
Sega
down.
Genesis.
But here's
I've had
what I'll
all of
say.
them. Go.
Nothing beats Nintendo. And the reason I say that is because they have the license on the greatest absolute game of all time.
If Nintendo had gone from the NES and the SNES, which were the greatest systems, if they had
SNES was the greatest to
if
me,
they had, if
for
they
sure.
had kept that trajectory, but their systems went down and their games went up.
So
PlayStation's only ever gone up.
But I can explain to you why that divergence occurred. Because the break in Nintendo was from console to handheld.
I understand.
All the money went to
still a break.
handheld. But here's the deal. Now they've converged back. And they're still a top seller.
Yeah.
They still gross more than the other systems. And
But
they're
the
cheaper.
Switch is
the
Switch is a shitty system.
And everybody still buys it hands over fist the other systems.
Because my sons have MLB The Show on Switch.
By the way,
and they have it
Japan
on
has both
PlayStation.
Sony and Nintendo, and they're both Japanese companies.
I know. But just like PlayStation technology blows Nintendo out of the way.
No doubt.
So,
absolutely.
Sony
I don't argue.
And Nintendo just need to merge.
But Sony will never get Mario
If they would just put Mario on a PlayStation 5
or Zelda.
it would be. If they put Zelda on a PlayStation 5,
It will never happen.
it would be the greatest thing of all
Nintendo
time.
doesn't need to do a damn thing, but never sell Mario or Zelda.
Does Sony still own Final
So
Fantasy?
look, I gotta shut this. I gotta shut this crap down.
all right.
Shut it down.
All of
me.
y'all are
Wow.
so incredibly wrong.
I'm
and
gonna
you're-
have another cigar.
And
I don't
because
really
you're
give
so
a shit.
wrong, you're terrible people.
Watch
and you
me
should
be a grown
punished.
man about it.
You're a bad
All right.
person.
To answer the question, Sony versus Sega, there is no answer to that question because they're two different things. Nintendo is a whole different ballgame from Sega. Here's how I look at Nintendo. Nintendo is that casual good time. Sega was the
And kid friendly.
Yeah, it was kid friendly. It was family friendly.
Extremely
There were
family
some
friendly.
exceptions.
They're
But
true.
Sega was that slightly more grown up experience. Sonic was a much faster game. Echo the Dolphin was
So much.
incredibly
I love
hard.
Echo.
Ghosts and Goblins
Shinobi
was the hardest
sick.
fucking game in the
Dude,
world.
there doesn't have to be competition. They can all be what they're for.
That's true. I agree. I give you that.
1,000%.
I give you that.
And to say that the Switch is a crappy system, you should go stand in the corner. That is false all the way. I
love
defy you. Go spend 45 minutes playing Mario Kart.
No, we have. I have two Switches.
Yeah, there you go.
How many PlayStations you got?
I got one PlayStation.
All right.
Go play Mario Kart.
I have 5 PlayStations.
Go
but
play
one
Mario
works.
Golf. Go play Breath of the Wild. Go play.
No, I know. I love
Zelda.
Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But if they would just up their hardware, and that's always been Nintendo's
Also,
problem, right?
take your PlayStation in the car when you go
All right,
on a trip.
So I agree with you, but I also disagree. It was genius because look at the handheld. It started with the TI-85 version of a freaking handheld, which was the green screen.
And it's great. Look, I would be sad if a Switch disappeared, to be honest with you.
Every
because
single little
it's a good,
step
usable system.
Was a micro step. Every little step in Nintendo's handheld was the smallest little step in the fucking world, knowing that they could have way advanced.
Let's compromise. They can keep the Switch and all their games. Can they just put Zelda on a more powerful system?
No,
because if they could get Zelda to look like Elden Ring, I would probably never leave my house again.
You won't leave it anyways because you're going to buy the damn thing for Zelda.
If they ever made Zelda look like Elden Ring, I probably wouldn't
Not
play
look
it.
like Elden Ring, but just that
Love
level
Game Boy
of
Day.
like,
Look, there's a difference.
that level
throughout
of
GT Pro
technology.
I'm just gonna say I'm such a Zelda fanboy.
Shogun Warriors was
I will
great.
fight anybody over
I love
Zelda.
Hazard
I will
Gordon.
fight you.
I love Zelda. It's the best.
I'm just
game
saying,
ever.
if Zelda ever got to be that realistic,
Gon.
No, not realistic.
it would not be Zelda anymore.
I don't mean realistic. I just mean like
Briar
that-
Woodward. I'm an Xbox guy too. I'm an Xbox guy because I jumped on that bandwagon because I was like, "This
No,
is
you're not.
different," and
So I've had-
and it introduced to me the first person shooter of
You're
Halo.
not.
I have.
You are now. I have introduced you. You are now a PC guy.
Oh well,
So I've
it
had
is
every
evident
I've
we
had
run in
every
this
You're part
first
of the cult.
generation console.
I'm a
And
laptop guy.
Xbox might be the best first generation.
Still a
console.
mobile gamer.
Because Halo
Yeah,
is probably one of the greatest
Easily.
all-time console games.
Leisure Suit Larry. I love that game.
That was not on Xbox.
Conker's
It
Bad
was on
Fur Day.
Xbox.
Was it on Xbox?
That's the
Yes.
only console I
Leisure
had
Suit
that
Larry
game on.
And Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was
That was on
Nintendo
N64.
64.
It was.
It was on Xbox, but I had it on N64.
I had it on Xbox.
But Halo,
It is Daniel.
what else was on? Perfect Dark. No, Perfect
Perfect
Dark
Dark was in 64.
Was in 64.
Yeah. I mean, I had a
Halo
freaking.
was the main
I
franchise
had an
because it was
Xbox
from
for 10
Bungie.
years. What else did I play on it?
Bungie was Microsoft, and so
Probably just Halo.
really,
Yeah.
Just a lot of Halo.
Right,
Time
everybody-
Splitters. I played
Time
Halo
Splitters,
and
yeah,
Time
Time
Splitters
Splitters,
and
yeah.
Unreal
Fable.
Tournament.
Unreal Tournament.
You played Fable.
Oh,
you
Fable,
played
that's right.
Elder
Y'all
Elder
played a lot of
Scrolls.
Dungeon
Yeah, Elder
Defenders.
Scrolls. Oh, Morrowind. Played the crap out of
yep.
Morrowind.
Like all of those
Yeah,
things
Morrowind was great.
were Xbox for sure. Like there was, but
Yeah.
it wasn't because it was exclusive titles. It's just that Xbox was just fun to
They
run.
had
Man, I forgot about Fable.
And that's where
I
you
think it
got
was a
the
good game.
pancake controller. So that's where that term comes
I
from.
love the
pancake-
giant Xbox
the
controller.
huge pancake controller. But honestly, Xbox would be nothing if Halo wasn't their flagship.
No, it made it.
Because that introduced, and the reason I know this is because of our buddy S over in Hawaii.
Yep.
And that's because when we had Nintendo 64, we took two televisions at Mum's
I know we had
house.
a splitter, yeah.
And we played. We covered one half of one TV and the other half of another TV with the splitter, and so we were able to play on separate TVs. Because the whole thing about
We
first-person
did it with
shooters.
we did it with 4 TVs eventually.
Well, that
I
was
wasn't
big.
there for that one.
At Tomlinson's house.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, he did that with Goldeneye.
We did GoldenEye, yeah.
Yeah,
Did any of us play a PC game called Myst? Yes.
Hell yeah, we
Myst.
played Myst. And Riven.
this was
Here-
great.
all right,
Riven.
here
Riven.
we go.
Yes.
All-time favorite PC games. I'm going to start because neither of you are going to guess it anyway.
No, I know what you're going to say.
Hold on.
You're going to say Heretic or Hexen.
Day of the Tentacle.
Okay, there's one. There's one. Okay.
It's not Heretic or Hexen?
Hexen is a number 2. And the number 3, which is really a tie for first and second, is The Horde.
The Horde. Yeah, I
With
forgot about the Horde. With Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, Kirk Cameron, that's right.
Yes.
The Horde is great.
So-
My favorite one was a
now-
Star Wars game.
Now,
if you might guess it.
4 and 5, okay, are easy for me. It's Wing Commander on the floppy.
I don't like Wing Commander.
And the 5th was Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Oh, Ravenloft's good. So
Yeah.
all time, probably GOAT would probably be Diablo 2
Oh,
on PC.
I never got to play it on PC back in the day.
But my favorite.
Oh, no.
We played at your
You
house.
said Diablo 2. I'm
Diablo
sorry.
2.
I was thinking of something else.
We played, but my favorite, like, because my dad had like a computer and I'd go to his house and play it. And then I eventually got it at my house. Dark Forces,
Oh, yeah.
the Star Wars game, first
Oh,
person
and
shooter.
then there's Counter-Strike and Warcraft.
Yeah, well, Warcraft's like a modern PC game. I'm talking about like old
Well,
school
now,
PC
if you're talking
games.
about World of Warcraft, yes. But if you're talking about
Old
Warcraft
school
2
Warcraft.
and
Oh,
Warcraft
man.
1,
Warcraft 3.
We Tomlinson the hell, right up the road from this
I
house.
say 4 houses down.
yeah, 4 houses down from here.
We'd go over
How
every
many
single day
times?
and play.
Yeah.
with his pubes all over the shower.
Okay, alrighty then.
I think I played World of Warcraft more than any other game in my entire life. Though
Hide and
That was
Seek was
10
and
years.
Kick the Can. I think were at some point a game on Instagram.
I also think, yeah,
played
no, I
Hide
think
the
it's
Pickle.
on Steam now. Yeah.
Now here's the PC
I'm making
question.
making a judgment call.
Were you? It's up there, but it's not working. So because you still have the old music
No, I
going.
turned
and
it
so-
off.
No, you didn't. So
bitch.
So hold on. Before we get to that,
Are you about to go to my segment?
I just want to try a new drink.
Here's what I
Why
need you to do.
Then we can talk about this stuff.
What I need you to do is go to Martin's camera
We
for
haven't
about
done
5
anything.
minutes
Okay,
for
let
me
me
to
go-
run to the
go-
bathroom
go to my-
and take
yes.
care of all this business.
So I'm gonna
All
split
right.
screen. All right, go.
So all right. So we'll turn off his music now because I don't
Well,
need
I don't
like
know how to
a
turn
bunch
it.
of
I don't know how to-
gibberish.
It stopped.
German
Stop.
like lederhosen like in my
Lederhosen?
ears.
Good talk.
So,
Put it straight on Martin so you don't see the fact that I'm not wearing pants.
that's right. So all right.
You want front or back?
God, I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about, and I was so pissed off because it was such a good thought too.
PC games.
PC games. Hold on. I'm right there. It's the difference between 2 games, and which one were you? What 2 effing games were they? Holy crap!
Halo or GoldenEye?
No. Here we go.
Okay.
Were you Doom or Wolfenstein?
Oh, Doom. 100%.
I
I
was
love
Doom.
both of them, but Doom all the time. Because I like sci-fi.
But
so
there's
Doom,
a legit difference. Like there were
Well, there's
people.
an aesthetic difference.
There were people that were hardcore Wolfenstein, and that was their jam.
You know, I've never played the new Wolfensteins.
A couple of them I think.
Have you
sucked.
played the new Doom?
We didn't do shit of the show.
No, that's fine. Hey, but this is a serious question. Have
Yeah.
you played the new Doom games that came out like within the past 10 years?
No, because
No, they're good. They are.
So the boy
really
and
good.
I beat number 1 together because they were co-op. 1 and 2 were co-op.
Wait, like the recent ones?
No, 1 and
The
2, the originals.
Oh yeah.
Were
You can,
co-op.
yeah, you can do them co-op. Yeah.
Now they're not co-op. Now they're versus mode.
Oh, you can't do the new. You might not. Yeah, maybe not.
That sucks.
But-
But the co-op was so much fun.
Yeah, I
like
no, I
co-op
agree. I like
now.
co-op games, but
I don't
they just announced the new Doom.
I don't like solo games.
It's called. I don't know what it's called, but it's Doom, but it's like
I
medieval
have
setting.
been hammering the hell out of these. They're so good.
But it's a medieval setting, so it's
Did
like
we have a shot? We missed a shot.
we've been drinking. We've literally been drinking.
Give me a shot glass. I'll take a shot.
I don't
for
have
the
a
team.
shot glass.
There's shot glasses over here somewhere.
Well, I don't
right
have
here.
Ask
Over
your
here on the
wife.
side. Look, all right. Well, you know what? I'll get up and I'll do it because somebody said so.
When is D-Man going to grow a beard? So
I feel like
it's physically impossible for me to
feel
grow
like
a beard.
when I yelled, like Daddy just hit Mommy.
Yeah, I know.
It was-
No, I can't grow a beard.
slammed
I can
it.
go.
Switch it, switch it, switch it, switch
Maybe,
it,
maybe
switch
like
it.
maybe one
Switch
week I
it,
won't
switch
shave.
it, switch it,
No,
switch
hold
it.
on. God dang it!
Okay.
Maybe I won't shave for an entire
Hey,
week, and I'll
I was
come in
looking
and
at
you'll
it.
see like one little bitty hair growing out of my chin. It's embarrassing.
I'm gonna do. Oh, I just almost spilt that. I'm gonna do one, and it was. Did y'all hear that? Did somebody step on a
It's a
duck?
freaking duck over there. It's crazy.
Quack.
I played in a crick.
Hey,
Did somebody do another shot? Does it-
Quack.
They're trying to. We
Quack.
just
Quack.
won like an hour ago.
quack,
Quack.
quack, quack,
Quack.
quack.
Speaking of video games, your son's in there on the
The meta.
yeah, he's on the Quest 3,
That'll be the future.
just
right
jamming
there.
out, and I grabbed him both
God,
times as I
scared
walked
the
by.
utter
and-
shit out
yeah,
of him.
scared the crap out of him.
Yep, I believe it.
He's crying right now.
Give
So I'm sorry.
give me Diablo on a meta quest, and I'll probably
That's
never
for
leave my
everybody.
house.
Then you need to play dilly do. You need to play a game called Dungeons of Eternity.
Ooh,
On the Quest.
okay.
We'll go any further. We've been talking about video games a long time. So
Do you have one?
just
When
I have
is
a
D-Man
Quest.
gonna
I
bring
bought a
it?
Quest 2,
Shot. Yep,
Bring it
got
over
that.
next time.
and then I immediately bought a
I
Quest
played in
3.
Creek.
Okay.
Me too, Ron.
Quest 3 is so great.
I've never used it. I've never
I'm
used
so
a
old. The
quest.
games we played
Oh,
were hide and seek.
so
Okay,
good.
no, we addressed that. That's good. Well, I think we addressed the other question. My mother threw out my GT Pro Performer and my Godzilla and Shogun Warriors figures. That's awful. Like she should be reprimanded.
I will. You know, one thing about my mom, she never
Nintendo's the
threw away
best.
any of my childhood
Pig and
stuff.
pipe, and I agree.
I got rid of it. She never did.
Wolfenstein. I saw.
Oh, that was my question. So,
Yeah.
were you
Oh,
a Wolfenstein or Doom person?
I was both.
I was Doom.
Wolfenstein was the first.
Pick one, pussy.
It was the first one.
Pick a side.
It was the first one of those that I saw. I had.
I
don't wanna
100%
name her
had
name.
Wolfenstein first.
But there was a person that lived down the street. That was the first interaction with computer games that I saw.
Right.
It was one of the Ashleys that we went to school with. Red hair.
Got
My
it.
brother Jake.
Yep. She lives right there. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Anyway,
somebody else.
she had a PC and they had Wolfenstein. I had never played a PC game before, not a single one. That was the first PC game I ever played. And I thought that was the coolest game ever. And then I saw Doom.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap. This is the same thing.
was
Just
like Wolfenstein
without
ramped
Nazis,
up.
it's demons.
Mike from
It's
Briar Blues
great.
taught me how to blow those.
Then we found Hexen.
Yeah.
And I thought, what a
Love me some
great
Hexen.
game.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better. So then it wasn't that long after that I got my own PC.
And then it all started.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the first game, I can't remember what it was called. I want to say it was something like Nitro 76. It was a car game. And I'm not a car guy. But it was a
That's
racing
another
game.
Nintendo game. Pro Am. That was
hate
another
RC
Nintendo
Pro-Am.
RC Pro
I
Am.
hated
RC
Pro-Am.
Pro-Am was great.
I
could not
freaking
control
ruled
it.
that thing.
I could not control
loved
it. Damn
Backwards,
car.
yeah, turn
Sorry.
left to go right.
Yeah,
Yep.
hated
Sorry.
it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this I want to say Interstate 76 is what I think it was called, and it was
Oh, yeah,
this
I
throwback
remember
to the
that.
70s.
Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
I had it on PC, and I'd gotten it. My brother had gotten it for me, my older brother,
GoldenEye was really good.
and I had a steering wheel, I had pedals.
Yep.
and that's how I played it. Man, what a great game that was!
All right, so here's an experience I did not have. I did not have ever. I still like to this day. It wasn't until I didn't own my first one until I was 25 years old. You ready?
Vibrator.
Game Boy. Thank you. It did. No, not at all.
I never owned a Game Boy. I never
had a Game Boy.
I had a Game Gear.
Never had a Game
Because
Gear.
I had a Sega console. So my mom bought me a
The
Game,
Game Gear
for
was
Christmas.
color too. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
legit.
Dude,
Game Gear was
it was
sick.
also
It
huge.
sucked batteries down.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I had X-Men.
Here's this one.
Ooh, sweet. Oh, yes. I had X-Men on
And this one has
Game Gear?
a different game in it.
Arcade's Revenge, I think, is the
It's
name
not
of
just
that
dance,
game.
it's like I don't know
the
what
X-Men
game
game on that.
system this is. I think it's
No,
not
it's like
the Wii.
computer.
I don't know, but
Looks like
I
the-
never
but
had a
she
Game Boy.
doesn't
Now,
play computer games.
I had a
That's
Game
the
Boy.
weird part.
hey, I'm gonna cut your
Sorry.
mic.
It's PC.
I had a Game Boy, a regular Game Boy, the green screen
Right.
Game Boy.
Yep.
I had Game Boy Color.
Yep.
My favorite. I had on my regular Game Boy. I had
Had the
this
Advance.
attachment that
Had
you
the
would
Advance.
pop on the top.
Yeah.
Had a magnifier screen and a light.
Yeah.
Because the regular Game Boy was not backlit.
No.
You had to have adequate light shining
It
on
sucked.
the front. I played Mortal Kombat on that junk. Final Fantasy Legends 2 was sick. Mario Land was
Yeah.
great. There's a Ninja Turtle game that was garbage. There was a Spider-Man and X-Men game that was moderate.
That is
But,
the great thing about the Switch, though. I can go back and play all those old Game Boy
Yeah.
like Links.
You know
and
what
yeah.
Zeldas and stuff that I never played.
You know what my
Those are good.
introduction Game Boy was? The Game Boy Micro.
Micro was a good one.
The Micro, because it
Little
was
bitty thing.
I had the.
because I played it at work. No joke. I goofed off
Is
the
this for a
freaking
Target?
work.
GameStop.
No, it wasn't out then. But the Game Boy, yes, the Game Boy Micro came out, and it was that, and the game was the battle simulation game where you're
Oh, BattleTech or whatever it was.
It's a strategic turn based. And it's
Advance Wars.
Advance Wars.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was the Game Boy Advance version of Advance Wars
Yeah.
because I didn't want one of the cartridges that stuck out. And so because it was tiny.
I know it was tiny.
And I liked it so much I bought a skin for it where I swapped out the front plate with a camo plate because of
I remember
Advance
that.
Wars.
Haley
That was my introduction to Game Boy.
Haley had the Game Boy
then
too, the
and
one
then I
that,
had
like,
a
flipped
square,
up.
and then I got
Yeah.
the squared one, and that's when I got one of the like role playing games. I think it was like a Breath of the Wild kind of game. I don't know if it was that or
Golden
something
Sun, probably.
something like that.
Yeah.
Golden
and
Sun
I
or
played
Breath
that,
of Fire.
and I think it was It was one of those two.
Dragon
And
Warrior.
that was my thing, and I was like, "This is a really cool thing. Where have I been?" And I was like, "Poor."
The first one I ever had was Game Boy Advance because I had a GameCube, and
Yes,
there was
I
there was a
had
Final
those
Fantasy
back in the
game
day.
that you could use the Game Boy Advance as a controller, and you'd have like 4 or 6 people playing, and so that
I
was
do
the
not
first-
remember the original PGA Golf that was
Haley-
pre-Windows. I
Haley had
don't know that one, Steve.
The Game Boy, whatever it was, that flipped up with the
The
2 screens.
3DS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Road Rash. You
And-
wrote.
and
Oh
she
yes.
was
How
like
could we
4.
forget Nintendo's Excite Bike?
and she left it at the park somewhere on a bench, and she comes home. She's like, "Mommy,
This is when Haley
I
almost got
left
ended.
my Game Boy, and I think it's gone, but it's okay. You can just buy me a new one, right?"
Oh, here's the next. All right. So
But yeah, we have the little cards in it. Have like 100 games on it. where
so
you
the
can, like,
one
select it.
game that was the biggest revelation to play. Okay, and you'll know it when I say it, was Mega Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And that was Cut Man. So as soon as you got Cut Man, all the doors opened to the possibilities. But before then, it was just a futile effort of just going through levels and getting the hell beat out of you.
Unless
That-
you
End
were
of it.
me
that was one of those games.
and you refused to follow Nintendo Guide or Nintendo Power, and you just went and
Yeah.
did whatever you wanted to do.
right.
Like, I'm not going to do
like
Cut
Mega
Man.
Man is the game where you have to follow the
Yes.
specific
There's a
steps.
progression.
There is a progression,
But
yes.
if you're like, if you're like a 7-year-old dumb kid, you're like, I don't want to be Cut Man. He sucks. I want to go to this one.
Right.
Rocket
I wanna
Head
be
guy.
Bomb Man. I
Yeah,
wanna
Bomb
be-
Man.
yeah.
And then,
Or I wanna be Wood Man.
You should 100% not go to that level.
All right,
and you just
so
get mowed down the entire time.
1,000%. This is my argument. When people make the argument that we were smarter than kids these days,
Okay.
this is where I make the argument. No, we were not.
Oh, all right.
We were dumber than much of these kids these
I
days.
agree with
Perfect.
this.
Let me drink
Because
a
we
little more.
we would run through and try to figure it out. Like these kids are figuring out. You go into Minecraft
and make
and
computers.
they figure out. Yeah, there's no. Somebody has to figure out the pattern that they're using in these crafting things. Here's where you put this stone to make this shape to make a pickaxe.
Right. Yeah.
No, I still don't know how to play Minecraft.
Look, I died from the very first Goomba in Super Mario Brothers 3
Well, but that's
multiple
hold on,
times.
But that's
Multiple
because
times.
they have YouTube and all these other social media outlets that allow
do
them
now.
to
Not all
find
the
out.
time.
But for Minecraft, they did because when Minecraft came out, YouTube was there, And when the first person figured it out, they did it. That's where all the next videos came in of people like saying, okay, is this fake or not?
See, Haley was all about Minecraft. So then when Little Man started playing Minecraft, he was always like, Sissy, how do I do this? How do I do this? So she was like, is Minecraft
Blue Max on the Commodore 63.
Which was cute.
That's what my kids are like. They're like, hey, Dad, how do you make this? And I'm like,
or 64.
Girls, I don't know
Commodore
the first
64.
thing about this game. I'm going to continue.
Have we played
digging a hole and giving you what I get.
It's like a strategy
Now
game.
Little Man plays it now nonstop with his girlfriend on the phone, on like the phone, and they're talking.
All right, it's 11 o'clock.
All right, do it.
Oh, well.
We haven't done anything.
Now we're going to adhere to. I am fully aware.
We're not. Well, we have
Shit
to.
hasn't. Okay.
We have to invite Cardnat because apparently it's the best of all time. So, all right, it's
I've
your
heard
turn.
such a thing. Is it me?
Yep,
It's you.
about 2 hours of talking about video games. There's nobody left listening.
This is the greatest.
You start talking about video games, you got me.
This is the greatest live stream ever.
Okay.
Look,
We need to start a podcast just on video games.
and it just so
That's all
happens
we
this
need
is
to do.
also the longest Durwood's Brew and Chew review that I have.
Oh shit!
Because I haven't
can't
been
wait.
here in months and I have so much.
So much.
All right.
Let's get started.
All right. In keeping with the tradition, if you're unfamiliar with the Durwood's Chew and Brew review, this is a segment where I show up every couple of months, just at my leisure, and get a segment on the show. And what I do is I find random things that I think are interesting, and I pick them up for us to taste for the first time together. In a majority of the time. Today, I've tasted one of these things, and I just really, really wanted you guys to taste it too.
Okay.
All right. So, I saw this first thing.
Okay.
And really wanted you guys to try it out together with me today.
Okay. I'm excited. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Today, we have a pack of...
Would you like to try one of these Asian candies that suck real bad?
It's not Asian, but it might suck. Clausen pickle flavored jelly beans.
Okay, I can dig that.
I am a big fan.
I'm surprised.
You
Oh,
love
you
the Clausen
like
pickles?
jelly.
Yeah, you love pickles.
Big fan of the
Martin likes
Clausen
pickle
pickle.
flavor, but not like.
Oh, he doesn't like gummy
jelly,
stuff.
gummy
Jelly. Yeah, he
stuff.
doesn't like.
Yeah, I was like, why are you upset about pickle?
Oh, this is the
'Cause he
best.
he loves
It's a good
pickled,
flavor,
like,
but a bad
sunflower
texture.
seeds.
Well, the funny thing about it is, the very first thing that I did on the Brew and Chew review was what? The pickle shot.
Yes.
Yes. I was okay with that.
And the worst part is, this is not the last pickle thing that we have today.
One of our viewers back in the day, Miss Sue Jones, gave us pickle flavored cotton candy.
That's right. That's right.
That's true.
I think it's still over there somewhere.
Yeah.
You're so like brave.
At this
I
point,
know, I
it's,
took
it's
5.
a very
Hasn't-
small,
Hasn't
crazy.
changed
hard
colors.
golf
It is.
ball.
It's like a crystal now. It's crystallized.
Drop form. Well,
Baby, come on now.
Come on.
sorry.
So these
Come on
are
now, yeah.
typical,
Oh, there it goes.
Jacket.
And there it falls.
typical jelly beans. They are
one.
light green in color.
Here, I'll give you the bag.
Oh, here,
They are what you would expect for a pickle jelly bean to
Hold one up
look
to
like.
the camera.
They don't smell like anything. I don't know if you can see these
There you go.
here.
As soon as your
Yes.
face is covered, they'll see it.
Yeah.
Let me
Cover
God.
your hand.
I can't. I have
There
no
you go.
monitor to
There you
see
go.
what you guys see.
Oh, you can't see my monitor.
Oh, that's
You
right.
can see it fine.
That's perfect. It looks like
Yeah,
a
it
little
works.
There you go. All
Green-
right. That's what they look like.
green rabbit turd.
All right. Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
I don't like pickles.
I like the taste. I hate the texture.
The taste, the texture is so combative. Like I wanted it to taste like a jelly bean, but it tastes like a pickle.
It tastes like a garlic jelly bean.
Like a
Garlic,
sweet
yeah.
garlic pickle.
Guys, this is not
But
good.
he only has one. He's such a drama queen.
Suck it up. Hit that gay button. I think it's pretty good, actually. This might be this is better than the pickle shot.
Why are you so dramatic, Martin?
It's jelly.
It's very similar to the pickle shot.
It's not bad.
I gotta get out of my mouth.
There is a
Smart man.
there's a heavy garlic flavor. There's
not bad.
dill. So you get garlic, you get dill.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
does
it's in my
have the taste of a Clausen pickle. If you've ever had a Clausen pickle, garlic and dill. That's what
Which
you're
is
getting.
great. The flavor's great. It tastes so good.
The problem is it's a jelly bean and there's a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
So
I
you
think
get
it's not bad.
Clausen pickle up front and then you get a lot of sugar on the back end.
dill, vinegar, and garlic are not on the ingredient list. It says artificial flavors.
Artificial flavors, yeah. Makes sense.
Well, I thought it was pretty good, actually. I kind of like it.
Flavors.
I love him and like, but you know what's funny? Think back, like if I think back to Martin and Colbert and the Harry Potter like bean challenge, he was not bothered at all.
Yeah, I know. He'll eat that nasty like crab flavored chips before you eat them.
From a packaging perspective,
Flavor's good.
Oh, yeah, I'll go with you.
Taste
the
is
package
good.
The package is, a Clausen pickle.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't think it's worth the money. This was like $5 or $6.
No.
That's
It's
not
the brand
even
name.
I mean, look, here's what you get.
Well, it's probably.
Wow.
Did you order it online?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says.
No, when we ate the spider, well, I'm sorry. Like, that was a whole nother
Yeah.
thing.
I think Martin, they eat the spider, they need a jelly bean.
All right. So
back and forth.
we'll skip the packaging aspect. Give me your grade 1 to 10 on flavor. Derek.
Like 8. I thought they were pretty good. Like, I like jelly beans. I like pickles. I'll do it. It was better, way better than the pickle shot.
Martin.
I think flavor was a 7.
Okay.
Easily 7. I really enjoy the flavor. Flavor, no problem whatsoever. Jelly beans are the devil's scrotum, and I can't tolerate them. They're just not.
Katrine, what do you think? Wait.
And my son had an
6.
ultrasound on his nuts, and I can tell you, they're symmetrical.
Yeah.
And nothing's wrong with him, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. That's weird.
That's a weird segue.
Yeah.
I was worried there. I was worried because an hour-long ultrasound.
We don't need to. No. I'm going to interrupt you. We don't need to go into detail on this. We can just move on from that. I'm going to continue talking about jelly beans.
Do it.
I'm going to save your face here. I think that I'm going to go with a 7 on this.
Okay.
I thought it was
Not because I liked it, and I love pickles. I love Clausen pickles in particular. I don't think it's a great jelly bean. I had a problem with how it tasted like a Clausen pickle, and then all of a sudden it was just crazy sweet.
Lots of sugar.
I'm about to drop it down though because the aftertaste is horrendous. It's
The
been sitting
aftertaste
in my
is
mouth.
bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like it just hasn't gone away.
No, most of it tastes like pizza and orange juice right now from what I threw up
I feel
in
like
my
I
mouth.
sucked
Not my
off a
favorite.
pickle.
All right. So our second is I have 2.
Don't do it. No.
What would?
So our second
This one looks
goes
good.
all right. Yeah, it goes back to what we did the last time, which was probably 2 months ago because I'm a terrible friend. But it's
The best.
to go to the idea of it becoming spring, going into summer, later. What beverages can you consume in large quantities at the beach?
Oh, that's right. We did. We didn't talk long about that.
So today, what we have are the Welch's Watermelon Mules. Let me just hold these up.
Interesting.
There's the package. Is it
Yep.
focused?
Yeah, it's
Focused. Yep.
All right. Let me
Yep.
get
Nice.
that glare. There you
Nice
go.
and clean.
I can tell you, I'm about to murder this.
This is
This sounds like my favorite thing of all time.
the Watermelon Mule here.
Yeah.
Ready
Wanna
to
get
drink.
some
It's nice.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab some more ice.
Probably need some extra cups too. You got 3 right here.
3 right in front of you.
Really
sir.
putting a lot of
There's 4.
trust in my shaky
So
old
much.
man hands here.
You know what? Not stirred.
All right, so notice right off the bat,
Ooh, good flavor, good
That-
color.
That
slight carbonation.
that champagne color.
Yeah, slight carbonation. There you go, sir. I'll let you pass that to whoever.
Put that for the lady. She went to go get some ice.
Here's the other
Since they're
thing.
not cold.
I am a sucker for, as weird as it is, artificial watermelon.
I know. I'm saying I love. Give me
Watermelon
a watermelon
Jolly Ranchers?
Jolly Rancher? Yeah.
Hell
I will fight you that that's the greatest candy ever made.
Anybody
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Here.
There you go.
I'm a grown ass man. I don't need your
And
ice.
I'll just take this out of
It's-
the can
it's
since
cold.
everybody else has something. So, ready to drink watermelon mule.
Oh,
made with
it smells so bad.
That's why I have
Smells
ice.
good as hell.
made with real fruit juice and
the
vodka. So here we go. Ready?
Yes.
What is it? Probe.
Prost.
Probe.
Dilly dilly.
definitely artificially flavored.
Yeah, it says real fruit juice. I think that's a lie. That doesn't taste like watermelon at all.
It tastes like it tastes like shitty champagne with like a splash of watermelon.
I don't know how y'all can't smell what I smell.
Would you like ice? We're not smelling it.
I smell
didn't
pizza and orange juice.
No, I'm not smelling
Vomit? Is that what you're saying?
No,
I don't smell that. No, I smell medicine.
It's like it's the COVID
It's not
nose.
medicinal. Listen, if I was on the beach,
It's the
I would
COVID
probably
nose.
crush 20 of these right now. I would kill it.
Would you like
Well,
ice?
if you
I
crush
can't drink
20 of
this.
Would you
these,
like ice?
No.
you would be
Would you like
throwing
to pour
up
it in my cup?
pizza and orange juice.
This is good.
I'm not kidding. Like I get the stomach bile acidic smell.
Is it your COVID?
It's got to be.
No,
I can't.
there's a bile smell.
There,
But it's that artificial, like
it's a bile smell.
I know what you're talking about. It's not bile, but it smells like when you throw up in your mouth.
But there's like, so I have the same problem with like Tabasco and like a few other things that's like ever since COVID, I can't unsmell a certain scent.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
It says it's made with real fruit
That
juice.
was worse
All
than
right?
the jelly bean.
And believe it or not, I believe that.
No, I can see that.
Because actual watermelon juice does not taste like
Much of
watermelon.
anything. It's just like
it doesn't.
sugary
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is made with actual vodka.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. And so
That's
Not
healthy.
that
the
fake
taste
wine
makes
vodka.
sense for what you're looking at.
Yeah.
But if you were to grab this, there's watermelon, there's lime.
Yeah, lime. That's what you
I
get.
can get that.
Acidic
Tastes is
bile.
lime.
Yeah,
but
bile is the right word.
But they
I can't
don't really advertise the lime that much. You just sort of see it on the package.
Lancero.
Yeah.
What's the percentage?
5.9 alcohol per vote.
I don't
like
give a shit what percentage it is.
figured
There's no
I thought
way
it'd
I
be
would.
Nah, I could crush these.
Yeah, not bad.
If I was sitting by the pool and they were super cold, I'd crush
Yeah,
it.
you have to have them cold. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine it warm. I think the ice probably helps it.
So it is slightly carbonated.
It is.
It's not a sparkling water. It's not a White Claw level of carbonation.
No,
but it's,
this is better than White Claws. I couldn't drink White Claws, but I could drink this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a vote.
I'm gonna
Then let's number one as far as packaging goes. I mean it
Looks nice.
looks nice.
nice.
Very unassuming.
It honestly looks
looks like a soda can.
a little. Yeah, I was gonna
Probably
say a little
Probably
less.
catering to kids, and they
Yeah,
should have a
a
lawsuit.
little borderline
Okay.
dangerous. But
Okay, Ronald Reagan, calm down.
I'll say
Well,
for me, I'm gonna go
Tear down that wall.
I'm gonna honestly say, I'm gonna say that's a 6.
Are we going overall?
Yeah, just overall, we'll get rid of the whole packaging aspect unless it looks like a Game Boy
Unless it's
game
cool.
like the one
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
That was the greatest.
Yeah,
So-
which I almost bought. They had more.
I'm
I just didn't.
reducing the dill pickle.
You
jelly
can't. We're not
beans
talking about the dill
to
pickle.
6 because I still taste them.
I don't know why we're living in
But
the
this,
past.
I'm going to do like a 7 because I can do this.
Yeah, that's getting a 1
What you
for
got?
me. I can't.
His COVID taste buds have ruined them.
I'm serious. Like it was bile. It like what I was. The taste wasn't bad. It tasted completely different than the way it smelled to me. But smell wise, I couldn't pick up anything but a rough bile smell, and and I don't know what's triggering that. Like, it's the weirdest. I don't get it. Like,
Do you taste it or just smell it?
I tasted it too. The taste was fine. That's the weird. Like, have you ever tasted
I mean, do you
something?
taste bile?
No,
Or you only smell
no, I didn't taste bile at all. Like, I only smelled it.
Because it does smell different than it
No,
tastes.
but then that smell was so strong in my nose. Like, Durwood, you remember when you told me about how like eggs tasted?
Yeah, post-COVID eggs.
Oh, that's right. You had the first. That's right. You had the first case of COVID.
Oh yeah, no, patient zero
America.
over here, bro.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Late February.
Yeah, you were literally one of the first ones. Like, I heard about it, and then Martin called me and said,
Dustin's just getting over it.
Yeah, Dustin almost died from this thing we don't know about.
Yeah,
I never got it.
But that's
Really?
no, you were sick when you came back from New York,
Oh yeah,
and I think
was
you had
really
it
sick when I
before.
came. Oh yeah, that's right. Before they
You had it
tests.
before everybody else. And
Yes, I had
is
it
what
first, and I
think.
probably got everybody else it.
But
yes, that's before testing.
Tabasco, still to this day smells acrid to me. If that makes sense, it has a very acrid. Yep,
Oh, your
it has a
favorite thing in the
very
world.
acrid,
You still
almost
eat,
like
puts
bleachish,
it on everything.
almost like a bleach acrid smell is what
And
Tabasco
he
has for
puts
me.
it on everything.
This had another funky smell like that to me,
I get it.
and whatever it is hitting my nose. I can't get
Right.
it
What's your
to
score?
go away. So
For me, it was a
disregard me.
6. If there were other things in this at my grading scale, if
Taste
there
was
were other
5,
things in
smell
the
was
cooler, I would go for those. If this was all I had,
White Claw or this.
White Claw.
No,
I would take this.
White Claw.
I would take this.
But it has nothing to do with taste. It's
Yeah.
because I'm weird. I'm the guy that shakes my Coke before I drink it.
White Claw because I can't.
I don't
too
like-
carbonate.
Yeah,
some
too
stuff
much
is just too
carbonation is
carbonated.
rough.
I don't like too carbonated.
All right.
Okay,
I
fair
can
enough.
agree with that.
you
So
get something
for
else?
me, it was a 5 taste, 1 smell.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So hold your nose.
All right. So roughly about
I could,
a 5.5.
if I held my nose, I
taste.
guarantee I could
would
drink
say
it.
it's a 7.
So it drops down like a 3.
God, I hope fucking Jolly Ranchers aren't screwed up for me now.
Oh no! Well, we need
That
to,
didn't
we
taste
did-
like a
we
Jolly
did test
Rancher in
that.
any sort
No,
of
but
way.
I'm thinking like, what if I take a
No,
watermelon
it
Jolly
was.
Rancher?
It was.
I'm not gonna eat
I
one.
think
here.
it was the artificial lime flavoring.
The lime method.
I think that's what you
You get
smell.
it? Thanks, Robert.
Here we go. Next on the list is the Bourbanola Prohibition Style Bourbon and Cherry Cola.
Okay.
I am a sucker.
It's got a cool can.
Yeah.
Did you finish your
For
drink?
any sort of. Let me get it over here in front of my
Toss it in the
face.
trash can.
Is that
Just
is that blurry? I
Seen a
can't
grown
see.
man naked?
All right. You just made it
no,
over?
not for this.
That looks Budweiser-ish.
It's,
is that
it's a
cold?
pretty cool can, man.
Is that cold or warm?
Here's the problem.
need some
I
ice.
just want to let you know.
Okay,
Ice.
do
Yeah,
tell.
the ice. Let me see it.
So listen up. This is
I'm-
important,
I'm attentive.
Yeah, you're
especially
good.
if
I
you're
like
planning
ice.
on driving
Hey,
home.
we're
here in a
trying to
little bit.
talk.
You might want to listen. Whereas the last one was 5.9.
Okay.
This is a bourbon and cherry cola made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color.
Whatever caramel
So
color.
basically, it's
bunch of
bourbon
red-
with a bunch of bullcrap
with
in
a
it.
bunch of red number 5.
It's not a bunch of bullcrap with bourbon in it. It's
Sounds
bourbon
good,
with a
though.
bunch.
I got ADHD now.
This is 12% per volume.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come in a can or
Comes in a 4-pack
a 4-pack?
tall boy can.
It looks like a Budweiser can.
Looks like a Mick Ultra can.
Here we go. Listen.
No,
listen.
it looks like an old
let
Budweiser
it go.
can.
We're gonna listen, see if it gets some carbonation to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
No
good pop.
carbonation.
Some ASMR.
Okay. Smell wise. All right. Does anybody have a cup?
Yeah.
Oh,
wanna
yeah. I have
pour
a
it in?
Would you like ice, Martin?
No, I'm good.
You're still a big
here.
boy.
I'm a grown ass
All right.
man.
Point number one
It's
that I like. There is fizz. This is like pouring a Coke.
Nice seeing a fizz.
There is a head to this.
if I want like a bourbon and Coke, I want it to be like really fizzy Coke. That does not look good.
Less
without-
fizzy without the ice.
That's all right.
Here.
I'm gonna abstain
lady?
to anything until we're ready. Until we're in go
you would
time.
like drink it cold?
Can you please just
No.
let me be a man?
No, I won't.
You've done the opposite of being a man.
I'm sorry.
I'll let you be
By
a
crying
sissy.
about every drink we drink.
Why, sissy?
Oh, it smells good.
Dustin,
I'm
would
not
you like
smelling
ice?
I'm good.
I'm not gonna smell it because I'm too nervous.
No, you need to smell
No,
it.
it smells good.
It's not. It's
Smells
a. It is a. It smells
tastes
like
good,
cherry
too.
Coke.
I smell like I'm about to crush it.
You should.
Oh,
It's
it
good.
This is-
smells
I wish
chloroseptic.
you would come every week because this is
It
So much
smells.
my
fun.
favorite.
It smells chloroseptic.
Oh,
Like
Why are you
chloroseptic
so
spray.
negative?
No, I'm just telling you what I
Nelly?
told. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself down by the river.
Well, I think somebody's had a few too many old fashions.
Thank you for noticing, sir.
We all noticed.
When I'm outpacing the German, it's a problem.
No, y'all pacing him.
All right, let's give it a shot here.
Good.
Probe.
Ugh.
It's not
Doesn't-
bad. It's
doesn't-
not great, but it's not
Doesn't
bad.
taste the way I wanted it to.
The aftertaste is not good.
No, the taste is
initial
good, but
is
the
okay.
aftertaste is not
the
that great.
aftertaste is a little acrid,
All right.
but the initial's not
I
bad.
smell what you're cooking, Rock.
Tell us your
Here's
thoughts.
the thing. I think it's a good cola taste.
It's not bad.
The bourbon, I can taste the bourbon.
yeah.
I think the problem that you're talking about is the artificial cherry flavor.
I would
Yes.
drink this. I would drink this.
Really?
Yeah, I would
if
drink
you went
this.
with a natural cherry
You
flavor,
can get some with the like filthy cherry
Yeah.
syrup.
like some actual cherry juice, this
Yeah.
would be.
If you put some SoCo in this,
I have cherry juice.
banger.
Actually, I'll tell you what I would do. I would take this
Put
and do
some
about
Southern Comfort.
I would do about equal parts this, equal parts regular Coke or Coke Zero, and I think it would be a lot better. Because
I would drink
that
this.
artificial cherry flavor is so
It's
overwhelming.
chloroseptic. Like it's like
It's
the
medicinal.
I don't think it's overwhelming. I think it reminds
To me,
me a
it's
lot
way
of when you get like a Coke, or like a cola flavored gum or sucker or something like that. You get that.
Like the Chupa Chups
Yeah.
suckers.
What
When
the
you
hell
get
did
that,
you
yeah,
just
the
say?
Chupa Chups.
Chupa Chups.
What you call me?
The Chupa Chups,
We
yeah.
call them Chupa Chups in
That's
Germany.
what this, it has that sort of candy flavor to it.
But Chupa Chups,
Or maybe
that's
it's
what we
too
call
sweet.
them.
Maybe I'm so used to drinking like Coke Zero, Diet Coke. Maybe it's too sweet.
Maybe.
I just
don't
don't
know.
even equate. I don't put it in that realm. Like I'm just thinking of it like it's like a seltzer
drink.
beer.
It reminds me
Like,
of the Chupa
Okay,
Chups.
hold on. Let me
Here's
do
a big,
refresh.
like if you pull it back.
All right, here's an honest to
I'm
goodness
just saying it's
question.
just like not.
All right, look. Now we're gonna make out later, so this is not weird. But
Suck my
try
face.
drinks with me.
Okay, you mean drink it warm?
I honestly, I
I
wonder
think it's probably better that way.
Okay.
if there's a difference with the ice.
Oh, it's a big difference.
Massive
It's
difference.
like a different drink.
Really?
Yeah.
I like because I drank mine without ice.
If you go
And
without
I thought it was
ice
okay.
and you go with ice,
It's a big
well,
big
which
difference.
did you like better? Did you like it with
Without.
or without?
Warm.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
That's how I like
because
it.
I was going to say the other thing. You put ice in this all of a sudden, I don't, honestly, it's
I
not
thought it
even
was good
alcoholic
with
drink.
ice.
Warm.
It's dangerous. I feel like this is just
I
a
like
Coke.
it this way.
I like cold drinks more than anything.
Yeah.
This tastes better warm. It has less
Mike's
of that,
Hard
like,
Lemonade Mango is the bomb. I believe
This
that.
to me with ice in it, it feels
Pineapple
like
or
I
pizza?
put a
This
shot
one
of
is
Jack in
pizza.
a Coke
See,
Zero.
this tastes like flat Coke that I could probably just chug.
All right, try it again.
Chat.
Swap.
What the hell are y'all thinking right now? Just put it in chat real quick. I just want to know what's the first thing on
The
your
It's
mind.
much more syrupy.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it in
That's
chat.
weird.
Just
It's interesting how it changed, how the temperature changes. the
Mike's
taste.
Hard Lemonade. Oh, no, you know what? Oh, I was thinking of that watermelon one. If they have a peach flavor of that, it's on.
All right. Well,
Okay, what else we
I want
got?
to make
for
some peach ice-
packaging,
Thank you, Robert.
I'll
That's-
say this
that's-
is a good
I'm
8
with
out
you.
of 9.
No, I love the
8 out of
packaging
10.
on that one. Yeah.
8 or 9 out of
that
10.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
I love the
It looks
packaging.
great.
The packaging is good.
That's the graphic designer
It's that
background
classic.
there. Yeah.
So I wonder what a cold
Classic.
can
It, well,
of that tastes
so
like.
when I got this out of the fridge 2
Like
hours
2 hours
ago
ago.
before we started,
Yeah.
this was it was ice cold. It
I wonder what it
it was
tastes
like
ice
that
cold
level
out
of
a
cold
can.
where you grab it and
Yeah.
you're just like, this hurts my hand.
There's
It's too cold.
'Cause
two
I love
words that
canned
come
sodas.
to me with the packaging, and it's classic and clean.
Yeah.
It does. Let me see it. Pass
Those
it
are
over.
the two.
It
Those are
does
the
look
two
good.
things that I think
Two
when
colors.
I see it.
That's all it is.
Classic and clean.
Yeah, it's a
And
nice
you,
package.
and as a
Well,
graphic
and the,
design.
Not
as
the
you
first
are,
time that I've said this
clean.
to you,
And the
but
font
nice
look-
package.
Nice. Thank
Yeah.
you. Nice
Yeah.
package.
Everywhere.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the font looks like they ripped off Coca-Cola, so it's kind of like Coca-Cola-ish.
Which makes sense.
Well, I get it.
Taste wise,
That's like the Coca-Cola.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm on a 7.
I'm gonna give this an 8. To be honest with you,
I'm on a 7.
6.
let me rephrase this.
Anybody else? in
No
chat?
ice.
Are y'all live out there?
No ice. I'm giving this a 7.
Okay.
With ice, I'm giving this an 8.
Okay.
That's
you put
funny.
ice in my cup, I'm probably drinking 2 or 3 of these, and at 12%, I'm probably sloppy.
I'm giving it a solid 7. Like I fully think I'm okay with this one. Like past the chloroseptic, which I'm okay with because there's pipe tobacco that has a chloroseptic, which I can't stand. That hits me when I smoke. So like any kind of like cherry tobacco.
But see, I love that cherry tobacco stuff.
I know you do, and God bless you for it.
I love it.
But like grape.
I know.
Captain Black grape, you love,
fucking love
but
I love Captain Black.
but and they don't make it anymore.
I know.
But like past again, what my nose is registering and what my palate's registering are two different things.
That's a
These-
big hill to overcome. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. 5. I think.
Oh, you dick! You went down from
No,
6.
look,
6, 5. I don't
we
know.
Liar.
swap. We swap.
8,
With ice, give me a
7.
rating with ice
All
and
right,
without ice.
You didn't like it with ice. Yeah, you didn't like it with ice.
5.5. Without ice, it tasted flat, which I don't like, but the flavor was better. So I'd say like 6, 6.5.
I'm 7.
It went up like a point.
So in a general sense,
if it was in a cooler and I was at the pool or out on a patio, I would drink it.
For that, and especially at that alcohol level.
Oh yeah.
I'll take 4 of those.
I've always said my favorite beer is beer.
So to summarize, of the 3,
yep.
Derek really loved the Clausen jelly beans.
Go figure.
But then he changed after a little bit. Martin, not so much.
I love the taste of the jelly bean. I hated the texture.
So if you love jelly beans and you are a big, Bernie Bott's every flavored jelly bean fan, you're a big Harry Potter nerd, you'll probably like the Clausen jelly beans.
Yes. Yeah,
otherwise, if you're a classic jelly bean guy, just stay away from these. For the Welch's Watermelon Mule, we were about middle of the road. If you like fruity, very sugary drinks, I don't think you're going to like this. But if you are looking for something light to get you a good buzz by the pool or by the ocean, you'll probably like the Watermelon Mule. And for the Bourbanola Prohibition style bourbon, cherry, and cola, again, we're probably split down the middle. If there's other alternatives, maybe you like it. I don't know. These are all things that you can find at your local shop, I think. They're pretty common.
Our daughter is out and about tonight.
Your local
however, before, hold on.
Yes, sir.
I just want to pump your brakes for a second. There's one more thing.
Do it.
One other thing. This is extra credit.
So I need to get back.
Yeah. Shit. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'll always
So those were the things that
get off your phone. Your
those
wife
were the
doesn't care
things
where
that
you
I
are.
was.
look up the.
Those were the things that I was going to bring today. And then my wife and I got up this morning. We went to the Atlanta RV show.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
In Atlanta. And we looked at a bunch of RVs because we're a bunch of camper nerds.
Yes.
And while we were there, I ran across a vendor of all the things that I could have bought and spent money on. Again, pickle related. Come across a vendor who was doing the vendor's called 5-Star Pickles and Sausage, or 5-Star Sausage and Pickles. That
was my nickname in high school.
Yeah, it was. Wow. But
Yikes.
they do
Somewhere out there
craft
are 4
sausage
terrible
and
fathers.
pickles
Okay.
and cheese and stuff like that.
That sounds good.
They were doing samples.
Oh.
And I got a sample of something that, quite honestly, I thought was the best thing that I've ever
Did
eaten.
it change your life?
It was so good. I went back for double samps. I went back for dub samps on this.
Okay.
This is, and I want you to take, I'm going to pass it around. You give me a taste. All right. This is the 5-Star sweet horseradish dill pickle.
Sold me on horseradish.
All right. I'm going to take one.
Did you?
I have tasted these multiple times. I bought 2 canisters, like 2 big, 2 quarts of these.
So we taste at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Did not eat it early.
No cheating.
If you like them, I brought enough for everybody to get 2 pieces.
Wife, bring me one
Fat
over.
too.
These are thick slices.
This is like those are like
we're going
fatter than
three-way.
the what's that one restaurant? Ted Montana's
Yeah,
grill.
Ted's
It sounds
Montana
kinda
grill.
like-
Yeah, they do the half pickled. Those are good too.
taking that one because
Smells like a jelly bean. I just
sweet
had.
horseradish
Oh, my.
pickles.
This one.
oh
So this is
Number
sweet
one, the
horseradish.
reason I tasted it, he had probably 12, 13 different flavors of pickle.
No, really?
oh my goodness!
But this is, I looked at all of it. I was like, this is the only one that I've never had a horseradish
my
pickle.
mouth
Question:
got watery.
Did
just
you have
now.
pickled sausages?
No.
No, but my
The whole different counter for that.
Okay,
All right. So this is the
let me wipe
sweet
my mouth because
horseradish pickle.
Drooling.
smells good.
So ready?
oh my goodness.
Probe.
It's good.
Oh,
Okay,
oh man. Oh
that's
man.
good. The sweet throws you off. I want the second one. You said that too?
I got one here. I'm gonna get one more. I don't like
That's
pickles.
good. You don't like pickles?
No, but they're good.
That's good. Holy moly!
Oh my goodness.
So the brine on this The brine on this is cloudy. It looks a little questionable,
Right?
Like you look at it, and you're like, okay, I don't know necessarily that I want this, and it's a very thick horseradish smell.
Okay. So I get an initial vinegar.
Yeah, strong vinegar.
Got one more. You want another hit?
Super sugary. Nope. I've got it. I hit 3 hits right on that one, and I'm spot on.
That's good.
So I'm focused in on. So I got the initial vinegar right off the bat. Quick, then sugary transition. However,
I agree.
The heat as the sugar was hitting in starts to rise, but then tapers off
Yeah.
into a little bit more vinegar, almost like a recessed vinegar with sweetness, almost like what you would have on a salad or like a candied pecan. And the heat level is very nice and subtle. It's just enough to raise the level of the vinegar, and then just tapers off really, really nice with the sugar. And the sugar then just lingers on the back end of the palate. And man, that is
So
a
I'll say
freaking banger.
it is excellent.
And crunch.
Yeah,
the
good crunch.
texture, that Clausen crunch is what sets it all the way off.
I would say
if it was a soggy pickle, it would just taste good.
You know what's so
but
funny is literally after I tasted those, I turned to my wife and I said the same thing. I was like, "This is one of the best pickles I've ever eaten." I said, "If this were a soggy pickle,
yeah,
this would be a whole different story.
Yep.
It wouldn't be that good."
but it had a good crunch.
But the fact that it has a great crunch,
crazy.
it's initially sweet,
Yep.
but then you let it sit for a bit and you get that horseradish.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll be 100% honest with you. The fact that I've had these in the Ziploc bag rather than in the actual pickle container with the brine in it
Yeah.
did a disservice here.
Sure.
Because the horseradish taste comes in about 3 or 4 seconds after you take that initial
Yep.
hit.
It starts to ride
So
right
that was
on.
that's
But
probably my
it's
biggest complaint.
much more pronounced.
Okay, so my biggest complaint is when you said horseradish, I was excited, and there's a horseradish taste, but not as much as I wanted.
Yeah,
So
if
if
it
it
was
was,
sitting in that brine,
if it was straight out of the brine,
oh my gosh, honestly,
But-
out of the brine, it's more horseradish than it is.
But not
sweet.
everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's
but
not-
not everybody likes horseradish,
I
and so
freaking
the
love
fact
it.
that it's so subtle in the rise that it takes, it's pretty good. Like because I still
good,
I'm getting the horseradish now
Yeah.
on the aftertaste.
I get it.
And it's still
I get the
lingering.
flavor, but I love horseradish. I mean,
I do
used
too.
At Red Lobster, I would put horseradish onto a saltine cracker and just eat
Yep.
it.
No, I wouldn't
Do you
fucking
have
do that. You're
you should put like
batshit
their
crazy.
Like, you should shout them out. Put their website up. Or
Yeah, so I'm not gonna.
This was on the ground.
Like
but
I
I'm
have
gonna smoke
a
it.
I have a card here from them. I'm not gonna, unless they want to throw some money our way. I'm not gonna shout them out, but I will say that the company is called 5 Star Pickles and Sausages. I have looked them up online. You can look them up. You can order from them.
Okay.
What I got was the quart, and being at an event, it was 2 quarts for $30. On their website, it's like a quart for $26.
Oh wow,
so
I'd
they're
do it.
you got
not
a good deal.
I'd do
They're,
it.
yeah, they're
I'd do it.
gourmet style.
Yeah.
They're not cheap pickles.
I'd
but
do it.
That man, they had so many flavors. But
You
that
could
one in
put-
particular, when I got a sample of that, I walked around a little bit and I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to buy those.
Yeah.
I don't care how much they cost. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the best pickles
You
I've had.
could put that in so many different things.
I would love to put that. We ate hamburgers earlier.
Hamburgers.
earlier. I would love to have that on a hamburger.
I would stick that as a relish on a hot dog or a bratwurst.
Yeah, that'd have been
and
good on a brat.
Freaking
I
insane
agree with that.
with a hot mustard. Like,
Yep.
like there's so many things
I agree with that.
I could do with something like that. Like
Yeah.
that hits. I would stick that in a salsa. I would stick like that. Might seem odd, but I would
I
put
did like
that.
a sweet relish with that. Ooh, that'd be
Oh
good.
my gosh! Like,
Good stuff.
yeah, no, those are bangers.
All right.
What was the company again?
5 Star Pickles and Sausages. I did taste they had a couple of different types of sausages there. They were good. I'm just,
That's the money.
the one that I had that I liked the most was a kielbasa it was a sort of peppery kielbasa. They had custom cheeses and things like that. But I did look them up. They're out of Ohio.
Interesting.
tons of different pickle flavors though, because I'm a pickle nerd. I love pickles so much. And the guy that was selling them was like a massive pickle junkie to the point that I was like, all right, calm down, guy.
You just got excited.
Look,
just from
I came back to buy from you. Please don't try to sell me when I'm already sold.
Just please put in my bag.
Just pour the pickles in the thing. That's all.
Don't.
But please look them up. That's great. I'm not giving them a plug, like free plug or anything like that. Just saying, if you like pickles,
Holy crap, that's
like horseradish. That's a good pickle. Pickle 5-star pickles and horseradish. So.
I would eat those on their own. It's a 10 for me. I'm just going to throw my 10 out there.
Okay, my rating
10.
9.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I'm going to say
egg. That's a 10.
No, I'm going to say out of this Ziploc bag. Yeah, 9. Come to my house tomorrow and get them out of the jar with the brine. That horseradish is going to make your nose
so you're
tingle.
Gonna dock at 1 because of the aesthetic of the brine.
I'm docking at 1 because I put them in a Ziploc bag.
It's less flavorful.
I get that.
Come to my literally take them out of the jar. It's like taking wasabi.
Yes, that's what I wanted. See, when you said horseradish, I wanted just wasabi in my mouth.
I want you to take I want you to take some jars of pickled okra home. And I want you to take some of those pickled okras when you get done with those pickles and throw it in that damn brine and see what happens.
I'll
transfer it over.
I'll pour some of the juice when I get done, and we'll do shots of that next time
I'll take it.
Okay, that's
I'm on board.
Interestingly
Can
weird.
we mix it with vodka?
Yeah.
No, you
I
just
don't
take
need a damn thing. I'll take that right there.
I'm with
By the way,
vodka.
shot of vinegar will make you live longer.
Also, there's one pickle. I'm going to go ahead and eat that
until you immediately die.
The crispness of the pickle set me over.
It was
really good. It was like an 8 to 9. And I'm not a pickle person.
Ziploc bag for 4 hours.
Here we go.
All right, Chris.
No shit. Yeah, you
There's
can.
your ASMR for the week.
You can do flavor all day, but Christmas.
It's good.
Christmas is like Christmas.
Christmas.
Okay, y'all should have got that one.
Yeah, I heard it. It was good.
Nope. That one had all the wasabi.
Did you break it too? Did they have a little bit on there? Damn, that's what I should have got.
That opened up my sinuses.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to his house
That's a good
tomorrow.
segue. Open up our sinuses.
Open your sinuses.
So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the all-knowing, all-seeing, and somehow still completely clueless Cardnac the Magnificent, a man so wise, he already knows this introduction is insulting. A seer so powerful he can predict the future just as soon as he finishes misreading the present. Bow in awe, or at least pretend to, for the one, the only, the Cardnac the Magnificent.
That's
Hollum bem, some bem. I've had me a little gin.
Trey.
You want some?
Yeah.
Swap it, slop it. I've got to stick it on some ice and rock it.
Well, on that note,
rock me, mama.
Let's start this travesty with these 14 hermetically sealed envelopes.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Lick it.
I take it. I take it. Smell it. I take it.
Hold your questions, Daniel.
Yeah, please hold till the end.
Fupa smuggling fentanyl.
It's like,
the fupa.
Fupa smuggling fentanyl.
The bigger the fupa, the better the chalupa.
I like chalupas.
I hope I can read this. What do you call in prison business? In the front is the party in the front, business in the back.
Oh no,
that's in prison. That would be party in the front, business
party
in the back. Party in the front, business
Number
in the
2.
back. Thank you.
We got it. Concentrate.
Governor Hot Wheels.
No, Governor Hot Wheels.
Governor Hot Wheels. That's a touchy subject.
That was a rough
Excuse me. Please pay attention. Governor Hot Wheels. In response to Jasmine Crockett, Governor Abbott said nothing helps his chair go faster than a good ratchet.
Oh,
wow.
Burn.
Oh, yeah.
Sick
Wow.
burn.
Get
That's
it.
a good one.
Get it. Got
Good one,
it
Cardnac.
in the Hot Wheels.
Number 3.
Federal judge deportation ruling.
Oh,
Federal
deportation.
judge deportation ruling. I feel like I know where this is going. In a turn of events, a federal judge orders Elon Musk to return the astronauts to the International Space Station. Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense there.
Not the poor astronauts.
The poor astronauts.
Don't bring them into it.
You know,
Number 4.
They got into the mess themselves. MAGA snatch.
Oh.
I don't know what to say about that. That was my that was my sister's nickname in college.
MAGA snatch.
AOC.
What do you get when a New York woman tries to take a man's MAGA hat? You get a MAGA snatch.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's a double. That's a
gotcha
play on words.
Thought that's what we were calling.
All right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I don't know anything about that.
Whoever.
And the last one of the night. The
Yep.
last one of the night.
That's already over.
Pronouns gone wild.
Yes.
Pronouns
gone wild.
What do you get with 9 cameras on a Tesla car? Pronouns gone wild. Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
It's
finally over.
Thank you. Hum bim, solemn bim. My hat's sideways.
Thank you,
Go
Carnac.
bim yourself.
Okay. Well, let's give Carnac a nice little going away party. Oh, that was. Are you back?
Oh, I noticed on the stream,
Mark's back.
Derwood
That was
was
beautiful.
on her phone. His phone.
He was
bunch.
answering
I was
questions.
responding to chat. I was trying to help you be
He
a.
was responding to questions.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
thing that was going on.
Do you want me to help? Do you want me to help?
I
Do
do
you want me to
appreciate your
help or not?
I do appreciate your help.
Look,
Have you
I'm
done
gonna
the
say after you
D20?
eat those pickles.
Do we have time to do the D20?
You look at this point. You're just gonna do everything because
Let's do it.
You look so hot right now.
Okay.
All right, I feel like I'm gonna.
Don't talk to me like that
You
on
know
the
what?
stream.
Here's look. Let me ask you a question. I think I'm gonna blow you up bigger.
Okay.
Easy. I mean, it's already 11:45. We just drank all of the high content stuff, so nobody's leaving for another hour or two.
All right. So D20.
we can extend the show.
I don't really have.
I'm good with it.
A lot of going on right now.
Oh no.
Not really good. But I will say I watched a couple of. We had a couple of family movie nights lately, and we watched Inside Out 2 and The Wild Robot. Have you seen it in one of
Yes,
these?
I've seen The Wild Robot.
Okay, so we'll start with
Tears.
Inside Out. I thought I love the first Inside Out. You know, it's about a girl growing up, and it's about the emotions inside of her. They're all personified. Inside Out 2 is she's a teenager now, or you know, a preteen, 13, 14, just become a teenager. So
Tell me if you like that version of him better.
Oh, that looks better. I agree. So her initial emotions, which are like, you know, the basic emotions that kids have, you know, joy, sadness, they are joined with like anxiety and ennui and some like more complex emotions.
Ennui,
Which is like a complacentness, or, you know, like, oh, this sucks. But so the story of the second movie is more about the initial emotions, coming to terms with the fact that the newer emotions are coming in. And I thought it was really good, especially because I have a preteen son.
Tell me about your preteen son.
Who is going through these types of emotions.
Going through these emotions.
So, because how old is your oldest daughter? She's
drama. She's drama.
We all
old.
have preteen kids.
Yeah, she's the same age, right? She's what, 11, 12?
12, yeah.
So we're all going through the same kind of age group as this movie. So I thought it was very fitting. But the movie was good. I really loved it. I like the actors. The second family movie we watched was The Wild Robot. And Durwood, you said you saw this one?
Tears.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I thought it was
The Wild Robot.
It was a big tearjerker.
So while Inside Out is a little bit more from the kids'
love that
perspective,
movie.
like
yeah,
that was a
Wild
great movie.
Robot, man, that is
it's a parents movie.
That is a parents movie.
Yeah.
Is this like from Wall-E?
No,
it is. I don't know who makes it. But anyways, it's a robot, like a server, you know, a servant robot kind of idea in the future. Gets the plane crashes or the package gets lost, and essentially the robot wakes up and is like, my job is to serve, you know, my family, and you know, but there's no family, right? It's in the woods, and there's like ducks and beavers and
This is a
deer.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an animated movie.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Tearjerker movie.
I didn't know that this.
I think
I'm
it's
sorry.
on-
Yeah.
I loved
Peacock.
Wally.
Yeah,
Wally,
it's-
I thought was a great
it's kind
movie.
of similar. It's in the same vein as Wally. But anyways, but the robot whose only job is to serve her family has no family. A little baby duck is abandoned and imprints on this robot. And so the robot's just trying to do the best thing for the duck. The duck loves the robot. They kind of grow up together on this like abandoned island, and it gets a little more complex than that. But I mean, it's super emotional. The art style, I don't know what it's like. Almost like a drawn cartoon. Like you can see where it's like looks like a comic book kind of in some places. I don't know. It's really well done.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away because it kind of has a.
I mean,
complex,
I'm interested in
It
it.
has a complex story.
'Cause, like, I'm interested
It's not-
in it.
Yeah.
It's super cute. It's funny.
Where did you watch it?
Peacock streaming service.
Okay. What
Peacock.
what was the name of the
The Wild Robots.
The Wild Robot.
Yeah, it's a book
Okay.
that was
That's right.
turned into a
It was
movie.
a children's book.
Yeah, where this robot
Imprinting is like,
is
you know,
built
the
by a
werewolf
company to be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
helper to people.
Bella.
Right.
But
Exactly.
the
Oh, that's
delivery
alright.
crashes somewhere over the ocean. The robot gets washed up on the shore.
Okay.
And ends up on this island where there's nothing but animals. So the robot has to learn to communicate with the things around it.
Okay.
Just wants to serve. None of the animals trust it except for this one little duck or goose that doesn't, like he said, imprints on it. And there's this whole dynamic about parenthood that gets wrapped up into this whole thing where the robot is just trying to do the best thing for the animals that are around it.
Right.
And they are being more independent. It just oh my gosh.
It's appropriate for kids too, though.
Yes.
Like
No,
it's
it is. Extremely appropriate for kids.
Like
We watched it. The whole family. The kids loved it. Me and Brittany loved it. I think we all got something different out of it.
Yeah.
You know, parents get something different out of it, and the kids
Okay.
get something different out of it.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Inside Out movie, right? You know, kids love it because
Yeah, I
it's
like
bright
Inside
and funny,
Out.
and
Yep.
and the parents watch it and they're like,
Talks
"Jesus,
about
this
your
is sad."
emotions
Yeah,
internally and yeah.
But I think it was really good.
Probably
Probably one of the
recommend.
better
I'm with
animated
you on
family
that, man.
movies.
I'm with you on it.
So I'll rate that. But lastly, I wanted to talk. We spoke about it a little bit earlier. The Pit on HBO Max is almost over with. It is a serialized like medical drama that takes place in real time with some of the main character is from the ER, so it's got kind of like a little connection with the ER, the older medical show.
Yeah.
But the two newest episodes, there was a mass casualty event that all the people that were wounded got taken to the hospital. And so it was probably one, it's hard to describe it without watching it, but it was probably one of the most like intense 2 hours, because there's 2 episodes that cover it, like of scripted TV. I mean, it's just so like, you just see all these people come in. You know, I've watched a million medical dramas, Grey's Anatomy and ER, and you know, Doogie Howser back in the day. You know, all these
Doogie
medical
Howser
dramas,
was a bomb.
and they're all kind of, you know, there's sometimes they'll have big events where you know it's really dramatic and everything, but this was so realistic and just so like it was just so like it was so realistic that it's almost just it made you nervous and anxious watching it, like just people after people, like, you know, coming into this ER that were shot and maimed and wounded, and watching all the doctors and the nurses and everybody take care of them. It's just, I don't know. It's really, really worth the watch. It's probably the 2 episodes are probably like 2 of the best, like scripted medical drama hours that I've ever seen. There's no music. There's no like, you know, over the top love drama going on. It's just all these doctors like taking care of it. And my mom's a nurse for 30 years. I kind of want to ask her, you know, like, is this at all accurate? Or James, you know, but reading online and reading through Reddit and stuff like that, a lot of people say, you know, it's fairly accurate as far as like what, you know, because they got the call, there was a mass casualty event. So they basically, you know, bust out the binders and like, you know, you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here, and set everything up. So that way, when everybody starts coming in, they, you know, if you're dead, you get a black mark and you go here. If you're, you know, mortally wounded, you know, you get a red mark and you go here, and then yellow and then green. They split everybody up, you know, based on
triage.
Yeah, exactly. It's triage based on, how likely you are to live.
That's right.
So they triage
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, they triage in the parking lot, and they split everybody up, and then just everything happening. There's a couple of scenes where somebody comes in.
Are we still talking about the kids movie?
Yes, it's The Pit. But a guy comes in with like a head laceration. He's bleeding, but he's okay. And they kind of go off of him for a few minutes, and they kind of come back around, and he's like passed out from blood loss. And it's very, very dramatic. It's really good. I don't know, like, I'm not a doctor or a nurse.
I just went from the little kids movie to The Pit.
It's called The Pit because it's in Pittsburgh.
Right.
I had The Pit like.
I thought we were still on the kids movie.
Martin's so drunk he don't know where we are.
I feel like my face is starting to drag.
I'm going to rate. That's enough. I just want to like.
My wife.
I want people to watch this show because I want it to come back. So watch The Pit. I'm going to rate The Wild Robot. I think
Arrested Development.
Derwood and I agree. Let's see if this thing works this week.
Yeah, the music's playing.
We're missing the lines.
Yeah, those lines will never come. Oh my gosh!
I think it's easily a 5. Family movie, emotional. It's got great art style. It's wonderful. Would you agree?
I would have agreed until I saw that giant penis on the screen. I don't want to be attached to that.
What a member!
I do not blame you.
What a member!
I don't want to be a party to that.
You don't want to be a part of that.
That was a member
the Wild Robot. That I watched it with my kids and my wife, and generally anything like that comes up, I don't know. I'm out. I'll watch. I'll sit and watch, but I'm halfway out. Yeah,
I get you.
I'm thinking about other things. That one, not the case. That one roped me in.
Yeah, I was locked in.
I honestly was trying to hold back some tears because I didn't want anybody to see me cry. If you're a parent, there are some serious parent overtones.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
To that movie, The Wild Robot is.
I agree.
Be careful.
100%.
Be careful what you wish for, I guess is the way to say that.
100%.
Where are all the thumbs up in the chat? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, they've mentally checked out, kind of like I did. Yeah.
I feel like part of my face is drooping, like I had a stroke.
Bell's palsy.
Easy now.
Yeah, too soon.
Yes. It's that time again where we bring to you the little people, the Friday Night Playhouse. Yes, that time each week where though you are jumping through hoops and swaths of clowns because we didn't do any of this day in history or any of the other things at the beginning of the show, just to please a crowd, you are making the right choice each week by being here. Whether you are munching down on an Eskimo pie, because that was part of this day as well, or starring in your favorite Tron movie as Ram, because Ram was for the name, and that was part of this day as well. You will always be satisfied here on the Friday Night Playhouse. Now grab your favorite Black Forest cake, part of this day as well, and put it on a stick and gobble them down in a steamy hot tub, because it's hot tub day, just so you know. Then sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. You might even just become part of the pipe pack if you can guess this piece. So strike a match and light your bowl as you are in for one hell of a ride that we do each week for you, the little people.
I'm going to be honest with you, boys. I don't remember what I'm doing.
This is a struggle.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You should all be very proud of yourselves. Each and every one of you has been handpicked to represent our inaugural pledge class. Over the next 21 days, you're all going to experience intense mental and physical strain. Ah! Frank! Mark, pace yourself.
Copy that. Just got a little overexcited.
At this point, you may be asking yourself, why am I holding this 30-pound cinder block in my hands? You might also ask yourself, why does this cinder block have a long piece of string attached to it? And finally, why is the other end of this string tied securely to your penis?
And the answer, ladies, is trust. This is your first test.
Spanish! Do you trust we provided you with enough slack so that the block will land safely on the lawn?
Sir, yes, sir!
And Blue!
Sir, yes, sir.
Do you trust that I do not want to see you die here tonight?
Sir, yes, sir.
Blue, you're my boy.
Thank you, sir.
About face, step to the edge, pledges. Prepare to release. 1, 2, 3, release! Wasn't meant to happen like that way, Wheezy.
Walk it off, big guy. We're coming down.
And scene. Massive dip. Yes, I can feel your amazement and satisfaction over the interwebs for this week's Friday Night Playhouse. I could tell just from the flow of conversation that all of you could barely contain yourselves. Let it not be said that I would deny such wonderful moments from you, the little people. Join us again, same time, same place, for the Friday Night Playhouse. We'll see you again next week. We'll see you there.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like that was
Steve got it. That was good. That was
it.
That was
Thank
good.
you, Steve. Good job.
Luke Wilson.
Good job,
that was
Steph.
good. Will
Smoking
Ferrell.
Ronnie. I don't know why you're over there on the shorts, but I appreciate you being there.
Hey, you know
Stroking
what?
Ronnie.
Taking it.
Smoking Ronnie. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Ronnie.
That might have been my face drooping a little
I
bit.
be smoking.
Just,
That's what I be doing.
Well, for everybody that's left, now it's time for the world famous AI. What up?
Do we have a young child just enter the room?
I love that he wants to word mouth words, and I don't understand what that means.
And then
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Not at all.
Do you understand
Hold
the
on, did we
words
get
that I
any
am
jokes?
phrasing
Did
and
we get any
shaping with my
jokes?
lips?
All right, you want to do a couple jokes?
We got to do a couple jokes.
Two
we got to do
jokes.
the AI,
Pick the
and we
best.
got it. And we got to. Okay. A college student.
It's Miller time.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Oh shit! I just spilled it.
Man down.
No, I really spilled it. See, it's right there.
No.
All right. It's just gonna run down the page.
That's fine.
Wow, it goes so far.
It's our life now.
So far
All right.
down.
It's like Seinfeld. A college student wanted to.
Well, why don't you cry about it?
A college student wanted to sit next to one of his teachers at lunch. However, the teacher looked at the student with an arrogant face and said, "A swan shan't be friends with a pig."
Oh.
The teacher was clearly vexed by the cheeky reply and decided to make sure to do everything in his power to fail the student. At the oral exam, he gave the student the hardest question, but the student had an amazing answer for everything. Therefore, hoping he could still fail his victim, the teacher asked him a trickier question. You're walking on a road and you find two bags. One contains gold, the other cleverness. Which bag do you choose? The gold. Unfortunately, I don't agree. I'd choose cleverness because that's more important than money. Everyone would choose that. Everyone would choose what they don't have, says the student. The teacher turns red and he's so angry he writes ass on the student's paper. The student leaves without looking at the paper. However, he returns shortly, gives back his paper and says, "Excuse me, sir, you signed my paper, but you forgot to give me my grade."
Jeez.
Wow. Excuse me,
Kid's
sir.
little smart ass.
I mean, you know.
I love it.
I got my first job as an accountant at 22. Yes, right out of college. Suddenly, the week after I turned 30, they fired me. 13 years of loyal service to the company down the drain.
Because that's bad math. I get it. I love it.
How was your blind date? A college student asked her roommate. Terrible, the roommate answered. He showed up in his 1932 Rolls Royce. Wow, that's a very expensive car. What's so bad about that? He was the original owner. Makes sense. Thank you, student loans, for helping me get through college. I don't think I can ever repay you.
Yep. There you go.
How about no?
No.
Crazy Dutch bastard.
Thank you, Austin.
I spent 4 years at college and didn't learn anything. It's really my own fault. I had a double major in psychology and reverse psychology.
pretty good, actually. I like it.
All right, I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Bro.
Yes.
Yes!
There it is. Not on
Yes!
camera. Nope. It's not on
Still
camera.
that smile, though.
No.
When I was in college, I lived on a houseboat and started dating a girl next door. Eventually, we drifted apart. We're back.
We're back.
When I was in college,
You should have stopped.
I
You should have stopped.
When I was in college, my girlfriend and I tried a long distance relationship. I had to stay 300 feet away from her at all times. Also, the judge said I had to stop calling her my girlfriend.
Yep.
That one didn't do it. Okay, we'll find one.
Nope.
The sun doesn't need to go to college because it already has 28 million degrees. All right. When I was in college, my roommate used to clean my room and I used to clean his. We were made for each other. Wow.
Move on.
A college professor asks all of his students to yell out stereotypes for a class project. For a class project, a college professor asks, all right, all blonde girls are dumb, yells a boy in the back. Sony, yells the blonde girl in front. I don't know what this means.
Sounds like
The joke sucked.
that sounds like a
But
Michael.
your sheer confusion over
That sounds like a Michael Scott
And that
situation.
does it for the jokes.
All right, thank God.
the fact that you looked at me expecting.
Oh, hold on. Stereotypes, types of stereos. Sony.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
They should have said Yamaha.
Thank you. Yeah, Yamaha would have been better.
Man.
Yeah, that would have been.
Sorry, I got it about 5 minutes later.
The eye contact is what drove it home.
I don't get this joke.
The funniest joke. The funniest joke you've ever told is the fact that you bombed on that joke so bad. And you just looked at me like I would understand.
God help us. God
Well,
help
I mean,
us all.
it is.
I had no idea what that was going on.
I was hoping you did.
What do I have to push for this travesty to play?
Well, I mean, there are so many
Chrome?
buttons. There are so many. Oh, yes, we need to. All right, well, let's just do
Chrome Road
the.
Dick?
Let's do.
I still got to do my job as the
Oh, man.
Oh,
the facilitator.
it is called the Old School Groove.
Still, I hit Chrome Road chat. I think that's right. There we go.
Oh, man.
This is Old Man Voice and Afrobeat.
I don't know how we made it this far, but good job, boys.
Corduroy jackets and a hint of perfume. Brews in one hand, skyscraping the cheers. This is how we roll back in those golden years. Old school
COVID
vibe,
years.
It's alive. We got the hot tub bubble, it's a wild ride. Eskimo pies, nothing under the skies. Brews and reviews light up our eyes.
Brews and reviews light up our eyes.
Bell-bottom swagger as we sanctify.
There we go.
Movie nights and popcorn, grease in the air. A toast to the past without a single care. Lean back, sip slow, let the flavor ignite.
I'm digging this one. This one's.
I like it.
Old days turn to echoes at night. Laughter like jazz runs free through the trees. This life's a groove, keep up the beat, please. Old school vibe, yeah, it's alive. We got the hot tub bubble, it's a wild ride. Eskimo
This is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I like it.
Brews and reviews light up our eyes.
I like the groove.
Under me on these walls can't contain. We're living like kings, never counting the game. Classic fashion that refuses to fade. Cultural riches from the memories we've made.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
I'm getting it. I'm digging it. These old fashions are dangerous.
Woo, boy, I tell you what, I could keep drinking them all night long.
It's such
It's
an
so
easy
good,
drink.
yeah.
Like that's the dangerous part.
We were talking about being a winter drink, but I could see it being a summer drink. Put on some ice, like
Put it on-
sangria.
On the ice.
Yeah.
Like it cuts it just enough.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, if you made it a mulled wine, oh, I would be hammered over Christmas. We would never have planted any of those seeds.
No.
Wouldn't have freaking happened. This is one of the better songs
Yeah.
in a while.
And the male voice is different, which is good because
The male voice is drastically
always the same.
different.
This is good.
This one I can.
What's the other version sound like?
Let's see. So this one is vibrant, Afrobeat, funky. The next one is the same name. Ooh, I like the turn of beat.
Yeah. I think Ron is the one that likes the AI song.
Ron does like it.
I'm glad you stuck around, Ron.
This is how we roll back in those golden years. Old school vibe, yeah, it's alive. You got the hot tub bubbling, it's a wild ride.
This is a little bit more like faster funk.
Yeah, I like the other guy's voice.
I do like the other one's voice.
I like the bass line on this one, though.
Yeah, I do too. This is more of like a more modern.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot faster, flowing through faster. The hot tub, baby.
Hot tub's bubbling.
Brews and reviews light up our eyes.
I like it.
That's
Glad we
what-
got to do the
You know what?
brews and reviews.
You take a little more pride.
It's my favorite.
I do like the beat.
Yeah, it's got a good groove. This is what I want you to play at my party next week.
I like that one. I did like the
Okay.
beat on that one.
Well, you know what that means.
I know what that means.
That was a ton of fun for me.
That was.
I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I had a
Look,
blast.
we got through half that show, and I felt like we got through all that show.
We got through half that show before we started the show.
No joke. But that's kind of what I want the show to be. Like the show doesn't have to be
It doesn't have to be
like
the same
full,
thing.
like uniformed. Like it should be a bit organic.
I don't know how we got on it, to be honest with you.
I don't give a shit how we got on it. I thought it was great.
But it was fun.
I
Love
thought it
you
was
guys.
awesome.
I had a blast.
Love you. Like I think for me, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Durwood.
Sure.
Thank you, wife, who's not even here. Thank you, old McFly, who brought in a plant. Because great, glad you brought in a plant.
Good plant.
But I mean, like these shows should be organic. Everything in life should be a bit organic.
Yeah,
it's good to have a little bit of structure to play off of and to have as like, hey, here's a bit of a roadmap to go. But when stuff diverts and just flourishes and grows, let that shit grow.
Yeah.
Stop hindering stuff. Just let it go and flourish as much as it can.
Yep. You know what else should flourish?
Please do.
Phil Rivera making me an effing pipe.
Phil, make him a fucking pipe because I'll pay for it. I will bankroll that son of a bitch right now. You know what?
Hey, seriously.
Now
calm
what's
down.
gonna happen? It's
Stop.
just gonna happen.
Phil,
Now I'm motivated.
I'm just kidding.
I can't help it.
Don't
Phil,
make
where are
me a
you
pipe.
at?
Don't make me a pipe.
I
I'm just
make
kidding.
him
Don't make me
the
a pipe.
biggest ass bold pipe that he has
left-
to smoke the shittest load of
He left
pipe
while we were talking
tobacco.
about Metroid.
No, yeah, don't.
Oh, Metroid! Metroid was a great game.
Oh, no, we didn't talk about Metroid.
Oh
That's
my
the next
god.
week.
Yep.
My goodness, the things that we could talk about. Love all of y'all. Y'all behave. Y'all have a freaking wonderful weekend.